group, go in there, exchange your friend code, and exchange communications with people in there. So I will go over the groups now. Maliv, if you could kind of keep an eye on chat, see if anybody has any issues.
I'll keep an eye on that. Well,
Thank you.
Yes, I will watch.
Okay, so Group A is What's Up Molly, Smokey Chan, Omar, Ale, and Jelly Bones. Group B, Magnet Alpha, CCV, Twin 50, and Programmability. Group C, JM Canada, Junior, Reinsfeld, and Shady. Group D, Rosa, Lulu Labard, Rifa, and Jet. Group E, Crocal, Sunburst, Crashing, and Iceman. Group F, Ernesto, Maraboto, Cog, and Saturn Bars. Group G, Phallus, Gamefrog, Uran, and Mel. Group H, myself, Big Red N, Evie, and Old Scooty. Group I, Soft Save, Alo, Jack, and Akio. Group J, Slosh, Cool, Fancy Turtle, and Dart. And Group K, AM and Frank. Congrats, you guys lucked out. Numbers, you are both auto-advancing. You spring boys, gonna have to keep your thumbs warm. And for those of you who haven't used this site before, you have to report your own scores, so just go to the same place you signed up on, click matches, and you can do anything you want. So, I'm gonna join up with my group, and let's go.
I will slip in.
Yes. I had some weird sets going on.
Ooh, it looks like my left Joy-Con is starting to have some problems.
Uh-oh.
After what, 400 hours of this game, it's starting to get worn out.
Yeah, it seems seems probable.
Oh no, the left Joy-Con, yes.
Left Joy-Con. Hey, Ralna, good to see you. And everybody in chat, sorry I couldn't keep up there in the beginning. I will be watching now. I got my eye on you.
And
go ahead, Malif.
I'll try to keep an eye on the Discord for you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. And the stages are in the rules, but you can also prompt them in chat. We always go Mausoleum, Buster Beach, DNA, Temple, and Sparring. The stage set that was formed by the Arms Backroom. So, for my group, we are going to have only 3 of the 4 in here at first because Maliv needs to watch live so she can co-commentate. Yes, Rosa, Maliv is a great helper.
Well, I'm only good, not great.
Okay, I forget what group I'm even in.
You're in Group H.
Ah, thank you. See? Great helper. Okay, so my group is in the process of joining me. And you guys are gonna like this. I have a brand new overlay for the versus matches. Looks awesome, I think. What's up, Zagabog? How you doing, man?
Wait, I missed
Oh, Swamp Chick. Swamp Chick says, Maliv, when do you leave for Evo?
Oh, tomorrow.
Ah!
I have pretty much everything packed. I'm freaking out, but that's fine. We're not gonna focus on that right now. We've got cool things going on here.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm excited for you.
I'm very excited, but I'm very tired. I haven't had a proper night's rest for like a week.
Yeah, I can imagine being very anxious to get out there.
Just the thought of anything going wrong has been driving me mad.
Yeah.
Also, I'm horrible around people physically. I'm very social online, but if you meet me physically, I can guarantee I'll probably be a lot more awkward.
That's fine. You'll get over it.
Oh yeah, I'll deal with it.
You'll warm up.
I'll stay determined.
Okay, I have to back out because I got a friend request from somebody in my group.
I'm just gonna put the left Joy-Con down so that I don't have to rely on that, because I'm not even playing. I'm just doing menu work.
Right.
Oh, I got booted. Hang on, I'll create a new lobby.
Okay. Might be best for you to handle it anyway. Oh, and there's Reinsfeld as well. Cool. Oh, yes. I am very excited for EVO, and I'm not even going. Just so happy a lot of the community gets to meet and hang out.
I can't wait to go. I really just want to make this a big deal so that we can continue to have bigger things come and happen. Speaking of which, we've got like not only Smash and Splash, but I'm going to like 2 tournaments next month.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're ready.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even find you on the friends list. There's so many people online right now.
Oh jeez. It's just a wall of white.
Am I standing? No, I'm not standing, Babado. But good to see you, Pika P. Alright, so I just need one more person to be in here for now. Either Big Red Ann or Eevee.
I already love Eevee because of Eevee's name. Eevee is the best. Eevee!
Okay.
And just a reminder for everyone too, don't forget, we are doing the no double stages clause for the second half. For this half, it's just all the stages randomly selected each time. So don't worry about clearing things out.
Yep. Just like Maliv said, just set the stage list like this. And then let it randomize in group stage. And then once we move on to final stage, we'll explain it when we get there. Alright, so Eevee, A, and Marie, you guys go for it. And
Here, I'll do a ping.
yeah, ping, ping 'em, ping, ping.
Oh,
Cool.
reason. Okay, Eevee. Okay. Never mind. We got this. We got this. There we go. Oh! We've got a Mechanica versus a Max Brass. Oh, I see the overlay. Oh, Eevee's a pretty interesting Mechanica, going with the Chakram and the Kablammer. And then Mary going with double Thunderbird. So Eevee might actually have a loadout here that can potentially protect themselves from this pressure. But then again, it's Brass that she's facing. Oh yeah, that overlay looks really good. And didn't hide too much of the screen. And that's gonna be the first round of this set. Eevee actually did really good there, bringing back Max Brass down to 25% health. Especially with a loadout that isn't going to do too great against an armored foe. That's quite the feat.
Okay, yes, I did indeed mute myself just then. Okay, we're back.
You're good. It's good. Eventually, I would have just got really awkward, noticed that there was no noise, and just started going. Gets the freeze, is able to capitalize on it. They're both getting a couple of hits where Eevee is just getting that freeze in, but then Mary is successfully hitting Eevee at the same time, so neither player can really do too much with their stuns. And from here, Mary's just getting themselves nice and comfortable into a really good pattern, just throwing out a handful of birds, just looking for that stun. Might have been a little too greedy trying to go for that rush. And we get to see Mary actually had lethal there, but decided to go for a rush for a little bit of a flare, and the speed of those Thunderbirds were slow enough that Eevee was able to successfully block it and just bring themselves back in. And now it's 1-1 for both players. Shrimps, I think something's going on with Laura. Was supposed to be in the Mega League, but she's not actually in it.
Oh no. I don't know how this has happened.
I don't think there's anything we can do from this point.
She could just join with AM and there was a group with 2, so just join with them, and then if you make it on, we can change one of their names.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Baron Rider. Just a note too, or should we act? Never mind. I don't know where I'm going with that. Mary takes the first set. And it is best out of 3, so both players need to hop straight back in so that we can finish these things up.
Fight again.
Smooth. We want this to be smooth as peanut butter.
Yeah, Eevee, whenever you're ready.
And we're going to go into the sparring ring this time. Should give Mary a little bit more of an advantage just being that brass and being able to apply a lot of pressure. Neither character changing up their loadout. Pretty sure Mary's just going to stick with double Thunderbird. And we're going to see Eevee switch over to the Kablammer and Birdchuck in this one. Mary starting off with a couple of very strong grabs and taking off about 30% of Eevee's health within the first 15 seconds. Eevee able to successfully get a couple of blows themselves and bring both players to about equal. Also using the jump, something you do not see me use.
Yeah, and you also are an advocate of the Whammer over Kablammer, aren't you?
I'm an advocate of Kablammer lowest or worst arm.
Kablammer's worst arm.
That I understand a lot of people disagree. I'm fine with that. Everybody's got their viewpoint. And something has to be the worst arm. As far as I'm concerned, it's the Kablammer. It's too slow, it doesn't do much, and it's really easy to punish. When Believe starts referring to Mechanica Mantis herself. Yeah, so we got Eevee playing as Believe right now. Both, looks like Eevee swapped away from the Kablammer and switched up the side of the Birdchuck.
And is it just me, or is this a super strange loadout to see on a Max Brass? The double T-Bird.
It's very unconventional, but it's working out really well for Mary. I think it's one of the experimental loadouts. Mary, I'm pretty sure from what it looks like, this is... The Thunderbird seems to be a tech option. Mary does still have the Kablammer, still has the nades, but swapped out the Roaster for Thunderbird, so definitely going for a different approach to this matchup. And it's working well enough for them, as they took the sets.
Ooh, yeah. Old Scooty Marie doing it.
Scooting her way onto victory.
Scooting on up. Alright, so we will have Marie. If you could back out, we'll have Eevee fight everybody first. And players, remember to record your own matches as you're going, so that I can judge how far along we are.
Which means that we want N in here.
While we've got a second here, next week's signups are ready. And next week is a very special MLM. It's MLM 20. 20th anniversary? That's not the right word.
20th event.
There you go. Yeah, 20th one. It shall be a special time. There may be a special prize for the winner.
Wait, what? Well, I can't commentate that one then. I need to fight. I need to win.
All right, so Eevee and Big Red N, go for it. And then once you're done with your best of 3, I will fight Eevee. Eevee will be done. Eevee backs out, and everybody else is good to fight. Scrimps, you're small. What's up, Gamma? How you doing?
And Scooty confirms that the T-Birds are quite literally there as a tech choice against Mechanicas and Master Mummies.
Ah, very interesting.
A lot of players tend to look towards going with Siki as a counter to heavier characters, but the longer I play the game, the more experience I have, it's shown me that Siki's probably not the best weapon to counter a heavy character. Thunderbird's still really good, Chilla's definitely really powerful.
Yeah, I think the Siki was more for deflect heavy characters, aka Max Brass only.
And we're going to see Big Red N going in with the double roaster. Very dangerous, very powerful. Eevee going with double Burchucks this time. We'll see how this works out for him.
Yeah, and why do you think she went Burchucks over Funchucks?
A couple of reasons. Eevee might want to have the more Kirby approach while in the air. That's a given. I'm pretty sure the biggest reason why Eevee would have switched it up is because it's still maybe not as effective at deflecting as the Funchuck, but in exchange, it does have that ice element, and you do get a really nice shield break with some really good damage going in there from time to time like that.
Yeah, it was a good rush from Eevee. Only needs a couple more hits here. Big Red N gonna get a little bit of that rush ready. Now it is. Still a lot of work to do if he wants to win this round.
Yeah. That said, Big Red N is playing Springman. If he can get a good approach and corner Eevee, he could have taken that. Eevee was able to get a couple of good Burchucks in there and take him down though. Another big reason why Burchuck might be better than Funchuck, I would definitely say Funchuck is more complicated to use. Burchuck is more defensive passively, where you have to be very active with the Funchuck to use it properly as a defensive tool.
Very nice insight.
So this is just a lot more comfortable, and it's working out well for Eevee, especially in this matchup. just getting a little bit of pressure in there. Gonna go for that shield break, is rewarded with a hearty 100 damage plus some shield chip. And
Big Red N gets caught a couple times here with either both arms out or a grab attempt, and Eevee's making him pay.
Eevee's also been doing another big reason why Birdchuck can be more useful than Funchuck is you're noticing that huge hitbox is really wearing out and his arms. There's been a few times where his arms have been in really bad states, and Eevee's been able to potentially capitalize on that. Could have went for the shield break, did not, was able just to get one more jump and a flying Birdchuck to the face. And it's
To
Eevee
the
gonna do
face.
this. Hoi Gamma!
Alright, Eevee taking match 1. Very excellent work.
And now we'll have Eevee and Big Red N go into the ring one more time, if not
Yes.
2 more times.
Will we see a character switch?
We do!
Yes.
And is switching over to Lola, the victor of the most recent ARMS crash.
Yeah, gonna be happy about the stage here with Temple.
But unless N goes with the clapback, which we are seeing, N would have been at a massive disadvantage just because of the fact that if Eevee went with those Funchucks, basically just applying decent pressure will flat out deny everything N could do just because of how big they are. Eevee using that Kerblammer pretty well, getting around that clapback. Actually well designed for this matchup once again. Just arms that get around that clapback, go at nice angles, and are still large enough to effectively protect Eevee.
Oh, and with a nice little poke gives him time to get away from the rush, but Eevee has done a lot of work to this point. What a grab from Big Red N.
And using the Lola's jump just to get a really good height, really good leverage, and is able to just effectively evade what Eevee was doing there and get a bit of damage. Unfortunately, Eevee still has just so much of a lead that unless something big happens and fairly quickly, I'm pretty sure Eevee's got this round.
Yeah, and doing a good job here. It can be really tough using a shield arm against... I was gonna say double curve arm, but that's more like a curve arm and a half with the Kerblammer. Still an effective weapon against shields. Has the ability to go right over top.
And we're gonna see if either of the characters change their loadout. Eevee putting away the Kerblammer again, going with double Chakram now. Potentially, if they can get that stun into grab, that can be really powerful. And isn't going to fully land that rush, and Eevee's gonna successfully block most of it.
Yep, and going for a lot of grabs right here. We were seeing that in the first round, and he was being punished, and Eevee still able to deflect the majority of those grab attempts.
Yeah, Eevee is definitely not in a position where they're comfortable enough with the stun into grab, but they're still able to do really good work with the Chakram, and they're able to close this out with one more rush, taking the second set.
Yeah, great job from Eevee. And now, I'm gonna have to play Eevee, who's nice and warmed up. Should be fun.
And has several arms you especially love to play against.
Oh, yes.
That's it.
Yeah, Big Red, you can stay in here, and then once Eevee fights me in this best of 3, Eevee will leave because she'll be done. Or he'll be done. Sorry. Don't know your gender.
I usually just use they. When I
Yeah,
can.
that would have been a good play there.
You do
Alright.
good. Let's see that Funchuck!
Let's see it.
I want to see your progress.
Obviously, I'm not gonna go into split cam because I can't. I'm playing. You want to see my progress? All right. Well,
Oh, you've got Siki on there too.
I do.
Interesting.
I've been messing with it. That's mostly for a brass matchup.
It can be really good in the brass matchup. I actually think Seeki's probably best used against Brass. So, we're just going to start off right now. Scrim's using a clapback and a fun chuck, so he's going to be able to get some good hits in there, but he doesn't actually have an arm set up right now that can effectively get through the armor of Eevee. So as long as Eevee is constantly moving, applying a bit of pressure, Scrims will not do too much damage, but that clapback is going to work pretty well in his favor because Eevee has that birch hook, and its huge hitbox means that there's a good chance it's just going to be reflected very frequently. And Scrims is going to respond with a grab after getting frozen. Something a lot of players don't think about, but it can be very rewarding, especially to somebody who isn't ready. And the weight of that clapback is just going to power through Eevee. Just one more hit for Scrims and he'll be able to take this. Eevee has a lot of work to do if they want to start bringing this back. Gets that bird chug deflected right back into their face, and that's going to give Scrims the first round.
Was able to get a bit of rush there at the end too. That helped.
Eevee switching things up, putting that bird chuck away, recognizing that it was just doing a lot of damage to them, and going with the Kablammer now, which is a predator to the fun chuck, as it just kind of follows that angle and just outweighs it.
Oh, the angles. Swamp Chick, thank you so much for the bits.
Oh, thank you for the bit, Swamp Chick.
We love you, Swamp Chick. Oh no, I was late.
Scrims not able to get it off in time, and that's going to be Eevee getting a decent lead here with a really nice changeup. Scrims going to respond with a grab, bringing himself a little bit closer. Eevee still has about 25% more health, but that can change really quickly with a couple of nice grabs, with a couple of good hits with the fun chuck. Eevee trying to get some really good hits in with the giant hitbox of the Chakram and the explosion of the Kablammer. Unfortunately, they are both a little slow, so added the distance Eevee is, Scrims is easily able to identify where it's coming from and is able to respond in kind.
No, I did it again.
Going to catch Scrims a second time.
Oh, that hurts.
Denying him of 2 rushes and taking him down as punishment.
That hurts.
Chat cheering on Scrims and Eevee. Everybody. And Scrims is going to change things up, going with the Tiki and the fun chuck. And it's going to reward him right from the get-go. Gets a nice stun and is able to follow it up with a grab. That said, if Eevee can get the aim trajectory right for the Kablammer, they might be able just to eat through the Siki or the fun chuck. That said, without the right loadout, it can be a really big struggle. And we're seeing Scrims get a couple of really nice shots in there. Just not going straight for Eevee, but going around. Trying to make as odd of an angle as possible. And Eevee isn't really mobile enough right now to avoid the Siki. So it's allowing Scrims to get some really good shots in. And we see Scrims get one more off with the Siki and claim the first set.
Sheesh. What's up, Dandy? Good to see you.
Dandy!
GG, Eevee. Time to run it back. Dandy, you didn't miss anything, man. I guess you missed the sign up, but you're here. You know who's co-commentating. The illustrious. Ah! Swamp Chick! Another 300 bits. You are a wild woman. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
You get one of
Swamp
these.
Chick.
Ah!
Believe his lol.
Okay, okay. What up, Choice Specs? My Choice Specs Porygon Z sweeper. Hey, Horky Dorky, like your name. Of course, yeah, we love the game. I think Evo definitely will spark some love.
I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna get people as excited as possible, especially for Mechanica. Scrim's gonna start things off, going with that Seekie again, and is going to use it just to apply constant pressure. Really have to make Eevee think things out and come up with a good strategy to get around this. It's just with the constant pressure of that Seekie and the Funchuck to protect Scrimps, Eevee's having a hard time trying to find a way to get through.
Oh, I blew myself up.
Eevee successful in knocking down the Seekie and blowing Scrimps up in the process. Going to get a good read too. Eevee gonna protect. Eevee's a pretty competent player at protecting themselves from grabs, just generally having big arms and applying enough pressure that usually most opponents, if they try to go for that grab, unless Eevee is stunned, they're not going to get it to work for them. And now we're having a bit of a grab dance here. Neither one able to successfully get anything off of it though. Scrim's just about ready to get his rush. If he can get it to land, that'll pretty much just give him the round. That said, as long as he's applying decent pressure with that Seekie, there's a chance he might just be able to get in there and not really need to use it. Eevee just about ready to have their rush as well. Gonna pop it. Scrimps is going to respond.
Oh no!
Unfortunately, the Seekie kind of just, when it's in rush mode, it just goes straight. And the hitboxes of both of those attacks that Eevee has were big enough that it just kind of dropped down onto Scrimp's feet and he blew himself up.
I thought for sure I was around that. Oh, ripperoni, Rydell. Oh my god.
An important lesson in the mechanics of the Seekie.
I've had that lesson way too many times. Here we go again.
Eevee's putting away that Chakram, bringing out the Kablammer, and using the Burchuck still. Now that that clapback is put away, it is giving Eevee a little bit more of an opportunity to effectively use the Burchuck as a defensive tool. Going to dive straight into that Seekie and gets punished by a Funchuck to the face. Both players once again have rush ready, both really building it very quickly. And just that slow speed of the Funchuck, it just did not work for him. Eevee's going to respond with their own rush and is able to get a decent amount of damage. Scrim's still able to hold that lead though. Both players working with pretty defensive loadouts, playing fairly defensively. Scrim's applying pressure but staying at a nice distance, not trying to go for anything too risky. Eevee keeping their distance and just trying to focus on making sure that they counter as much of these attacks as possible. And once again, both players just getting rushed about at the same time. Eevee's going to really have to pull something out if they wanted to bring this back. Ends up getting stunned out of their rush and is not going to recover in any way. And we're going to see Eevee switching things up, trying to come up with a good strategy to counter this Seekie Funchuck. And has decided with Double Burchuck. Scrimps will probably want to try to focus on mobility and evasion or using the Funchuck to effectively parry those. And Eevee can have a good opportunity if they can just find a way to weave those shots in and out-pressure Scrimps in his attacks. Especially with the huge hitbox of the Burchuck, it's going to mean that Eevee's far more likely to get a couple of nice hits in.
Oh, well done, Eevee.
Eevee going to successfully land their rush after getting hit by Scrimps' rush. And now both players are once again pretty equal, with Eevee just having a little bit of a lead here. Gets hit by that Seiki though, but was at a safe enough distance to not have to worry about getting grabbed. Scrims trying to close in that distance, maybe trying to get himself into a position where he can get a lot closer and get a really meaty rush in there. Especially now with Eevee's rush down, he can more effectively slip in there, get a full 375 damage, and bring both players to much closer levels of health. Right now it looks like Scrims is in the lead just by a couple of points and is going to go and hide into the corner and be very defensive.
Oh,
Eevee gets
son of a
one
gun!
more hit in and is able to take the set.
Ah, that sucks. Hey, I see some new people coming in. What's up, Orange Loose? Good to see ya. Hey, Cosmonaut. Welcome back. Jay Brilliant, how you doing, man? Scrims got cocky. What are you talking about? Why, Joshua? I ran and hid in a corner.
Hiding in the corner is quite the opposite of cocky.
Yeah. Okay. I don't feel any need to make any arms changes. I just didn't know the double Burchuck was coming. Would have definitely gone clapback.
And we're going to have both players coming straight back in. Orange Lewis excited for Mechanica representation. You know it. Mechanica's the best. Scrims changing things up again. Just trying to keep a decent amount of pressure. Make sure Eevee can't find something that they can be too comfortable with. Scrims really clearly trying to just counter the potential of a double Burchuck. And is going with that clapback again and the Fun Chuck. We're actually seeing from both players in this match a pretty healthy representation of all of their arms. We've seen Eevee swap out, try out several of their different options. Scrims has tried all three of them, both of them having really good success, with all of them just depending on the specific matchup. And here Eevee is really far behind and just struggling to find a good moment to get some good damage in. Is able to get the rush, but still has so much work to go before they can actually take this. Where Scrims only needs about 2 or 3 more hits. Especially if Eevee gets frozen. Eevee's starting to use the Burchuck more focused at just kind of blocking attacks. Gets hit 2 more times and is now at the magic pixel. With the curves of that Fun Chuck, Scrims can very easily find a way just to kind of weave in. Uses the clapback to dive straight in and gets one good hit on Eevee.
You're not a fan of Helix, Orange? Well, you're watching the wrong stream, buddy. Helix is God.
If you're a fan of Mechanica and not a fan of Helix, you definitely want to come look for me. Scrim's going to start off with a nice grab. Eevee is going to respond with a good Kablammer shot though. Just going to straight up eat that after trying to invest into a Kablammer. Scrim successfully blocking it and just countering out with the rush. Eevee trying to find a moment to slip in. Was not having much success. That Fun Chuck was just continually pushing Eevee back, preventing him from getting a good amount of damage, a good opportunity. Ended up using Rush, did get some damage, but not too much. And here we see Scrims just finding a really comfortable place, a really safe area, and is just going to continue to throw Fun Chuck after Fun Chuck using that clapback.
Oh, that was way too soon.
Tries to be a little fancy with the rush, but ends up getting punished. And Eevee is going to almost take him down, but Scrims is knocked down just a little bit too early for Eevee to do all of the damage that Russian had. And now it's in a position where both players only have about enough health to take one more hit. Maybe one more for Eevee, but Scrims does not have that luxury. and is taken down for a
Splash.
small splash.
Splash. Oh boy. Doink.
I'm really enjoying this match because both players constantly are just needing to change their loadouts. As both have answers to what the other has, they just have to use it at the right moments. Eevee started off really strong, getting a nice hit and a grab followed up. But Scrims is going to successfully stun Eevee and get a bit of damage off. Tries to go for the grab. Eevee's going to quickly dodge aside and is going to pop rush and get the full thing to land for about 285 damage. Scrims will respond with his. Eevee successfully blocking it though. One of the downsides to working with a loadout such as Funchuck Siki is both of them are relatively slow, so you just need to hard counter something and make your opponent completely vulnerable if you want that to land. And Scrims starting to get a couple of really nice hits in, gets 2 stuns, follows the second one up with a grab. One more of those and he'll be able to equal footing. Eevee is just about ready and now has rush. Tries to go for it, Scrims is going to safely evade it though, being fully aware and ready that Eevee likes to pop that rush as soon as possible, at the earliest convenience. And now Scrims is holding out his, just waiting for that really good moment where Eevee overinvests, catches it, gets some really good damage, and is just about able to take Eevee down. If Eevee wasn't able to fully block most of it, Scrims would have had it there.
Woo!
Gets one more swing in and is able to take the 3rd set from Eevee.
Whew, my gosh, that was close. Jeez. Great match, Eevee. Oh my gosh. You took me down to the freaking wire. Whew. I actually had to land a rush to win that. That was scary. Oh, my heart is going right now. Alright, so Eevee is all done. Eevee, make sure you record your scores online. Let me check and see how close people are getting. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here. So Group A, a couple more matches remain. Group B looks like 1 left. So about 1 to 2 matches per group left. Group F is done. Great job. Saturn Bars and Cog moving on from there. Phallus 3-0, he's moving on. Group H just started to record. Okay. Cool. So we are moving along nicely. It might even be my group's the last one. That would be ideal.
I would have no issue with that.
It would make our lives very easy. Yeah, why, Josh? That was extremely close. Alright, so it's me and whoever's up. Doesn't matter. What's up, N-Man? Ooh, Via Dolce. Twitchy Poo, this is the wonderful Malieve helping me co-commentate.
Hoi! Oh, my voice cracks so much.
That'll happen.
Yeah.
Oh, another mech for me. Okay.
Oh, Dane! You got a second mech to play
alright.
against now.
Well, Siki was working well. Okay. Ooh! Slimy. Ah, that heavy. I'm really not used to playing heavies.
You haven't got used to playing against heavies after all the matches we've had.
No, heavy arms. Heavy arms.
Oh, heavies, as in that.
Yeah, sorry.
All good.
Yep.
Very gonna get one more Ram to sneak around the corner. and is going to take the first round.
Keep your vocal cords hydrated. I got an answer for that, Blorb. Oh, that was such a slow grab. It didn't even seem real.
Scrims not fully registering that grab until it was
Oh my gosh.
late, and gets taken back by a decent amount of health. Mary gonna try to stop that with the Blorb. Not successful, as the clapback is going to have a much heavier weight, and the Funchuck is just going to be a heavy with that rush, and allows Scrims to successfully land his. That said, Mary now has that going for them, and is able to respond with their own rush, bringing Scrims into the red. Mary trying to get that Blorb to go over the shield, over the clapback. Gets one more hit. Scrims is now at the magic pixel, but so is Mary essentially. And just one good hit for Scrims, or Mary is going to bring the other player down. Just goes for a grab. It's just so close, but not close enough. Both players being very patient, very defensive. Neither one really wanting to give up rush. Both trying to do everything possible to be aware of what the other is doing and get maybe a good hit in.
No!
And those angles are going to go straight over that slow clapback, and it's going to take Scrims down, giving Mary the first set.
That's like the one heavy arm that affects my shields as well. Let's see.
You can do it, Scrims! I believe in you!
Archie, give me your strength!
Scrims unleashes the power of Archie Magoo.
Summoning the power of Default Helix. You want to play Default Helix with me? Okay.
Scrims going in with the Ice Dragon Guardian, and he's going to start off with a swift and commanding grab. Both of these arms are well designed to mess up a Mechanica, but Mary also has a really good loadout for just applying good pressure and getting around a lot of what Scrims has. So Scrims is going to have to be very responsive and very conscious of what's going on with this match if he wants his attacks to truly work for him. Gets a couple of good shots in. Mary going to just eat it all, as Mary does have that heavy armor, and Scrims is not really getting at too many charged attacks in there. Successfully lands some ice. He's just going to get a bit of chip damage in there. Freeze Mary again. Get a nice 100 off of that freeze. Rewarded for that constant pressure. Going for the rush. Lands half of it. Mary is going to bring the health pool back to even with a very well-timed grab.
Please, Guardian. Oh!
Guardian saves Scrims, and now both players are about at equal health pools. Scrims gonna get a nice freeze, not able to capitalize on it, and now it's Mary in the lead with another strong Ram hit to Scrims' face. One final one takes him down.
Oh, this freaking Ram.
And Scrims changing things up, going with double Funchuck now. It might be a little less effective against the danger of that Blorb, but it's going to give him a lot more protection against that Ram. And he's going to use his rush and successfully land it, bringing Mary down to really low health. Scrims is successfully getting like several blows in and really just chipping down Mary. And it's gave him a really nice lead here. That's it. Mary does have Rush ready. Can just get a couple of good hits in and will quickly bring things back. Scrim's trying to go for a couple of grabs himself, being a sneaky little Goo Master.
Goo boy. Oh! What? Why you no hit?
Fades that Blorb and is able to get a couple of hits in. Sticking with that slippery movement and just getting around so many attacks that a lot of players would potentially get hit by. And now Mary's in a position where if Scrimps gets anything to land, he is going to bring himself back and have a chance at taking this set.
Oh, you gotta land.
If Mary can get Rush, goes for it. Scrimps is going to stop some of it, but that Blorb is just a little too heavy for him and eats through his Rush.
Ouch, that one hurt. Very nice, Marie.
What a fuss. Sorry, Scrimps, it doesn't look like today's your day to make it to the finals again.
I don't know, I can just beat Big Red N, then I'll be in.
Oh yeah, you took Eevee down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you still have a chance.
What are you laughing at, Bobbert? I'll ban you so fast.
I'm ready. Just give me the. I can't actually ban him because we're just both. But give me the word and I'll ban him anyways.
Oh, and I didn't switch my loadout. Okay, that's alright. I should be okay for this one.
And going in with the Slapamander and with the Roaster here. The Roaster is a really good arm, but it's not very effective unless you're a very experienced player because it requires a lot of precise aiming and lots of planning to use well. And we're seeing Scrimps is able just to easily go through this as N isn't fully adapted to using that deflect and is just kind of getting overwhelmed by the pressure of a double Fun Chuck. And was able to get one nice hit in with the Roaster, but Scrimps is going to respond with his Fun Chuck and is able to take the first round with a massive health lead.
Ban Redengard. Please ban the man.
Scrimps sticking with the double Fun Chuck and switching over to double Slap, which can effectively get around the Fun Chucks. But a big thing too is the fact that Fun Chucks, especially with how Scrimps uses them to some degree, is kind of designed to stop Slapamanders. It's a really effective defensive tool against something like this. Scrimps going to get around the first attack, but is going to get caught by the second one. But is able to keep himself with a pretty good lead, as that's pretty much the only damage he's taken this match. And trying to get a couple of good hits in, is not able to get anything to really work. Scrimps working on his parry. Just looking fabulous.
It doesn't happen often. It's rare that I get to look fabulous.
Ah, what are you talking about? You got a gorgeous head floating right on the screen right now. Oh,
thanks.
fabulous.
Yeah, I did my hair this morning. Took forever.
I know, hair takes so long to go through.
Forever.
Oh my gosh.
I woke up and my first thought is, what am I gonna do with my hair?
You have so much of it to work with too.
Yeah, bedhead. I mean, it all affects me. The wind.
Existing.
Yeah, wearing hats.
Breathing.
What do you mean I don't have hair? Next, you're gonna tell me I don't have a body?
Jeez. So rude. Sounds like another person I should ban.
Yep.
Scrimps gonna work with his Archie build against N.
I mean, we're on home court. I got to, right?
Oh yeah. And getting a couple of good deflects in, losing that tempo though, and is going to get hit by a couple of freezes. Scrimps gonna try to get himself in a position where he can just capitalize on that, and catches the wiggles. All the slips and slides, and is able to
get a case of the wiggles.
He's too slippery. And has gloves designed to catch the slipperiness of Shrimps. Specifically designed for it. And N is just trying to take advantage of those tubes to keep himself in a nice position. Isn't able to get his rush to line as those arms are a little hard to aim. That's something interesting about N's loadout, is the fact that he has some really good arms, but they're ones that a lot of them are arms that generally take a lot of work to effectively aim and to get good damage with. That said, he's been able to get some good work in with the Slapamanders, has brought Shrimps down to low health, but is going to get caught by the rush, pincered between an Ice Dragon and a Guardian, and is taken down.
Sandwich.
A Shrimp sandwich.
Thanks for the host, Cog.
Ooh, thanks, Cog. A scrammage, one could say.
A scrandwich?
Yes. Shrimp's not playing games, switches back to the Funchucks.
Well, he's playing games with double slaps, so I had to. You want to use my weakness? I use the weakness to your weakness.
I activate my trap card. Funchucks. This destroys all Slapamanders on the field.
Hit me in the leg.
Both players have rush ready and almost able to catch the juggle, but was not able to successfully do it. Does get a grab though, and is able to bring both health pools to about equal. That said, Shrimps does still have rush and is able, just really good, at applying pressure with those Funchucks. Tries to go in for a very greedy shield break rush and is just kind of slapped down. Just gets himself one more grab though and is able to take it.
GG's, Big Red N. Thanks for playing, man. You almost had me when I went Guardian. That was not conducive.
You did good.
Now Big Red and Marie still need to play, and then we're done with our group stage, and we'll be moving on to the single elim bracket.
And we're just looking at all the standings. It looks like most of the groups are pretty much done here. We've got in Group K, AM Frequency was able to take down Frank, which unfortunately means that Frank is going to have to move on to the finals. Fortunately for AM, that means he gets to move on to the finals, so good job on both of them. Mary switching things up, going with the double gloves against N and his double roasters. And it's going to start off very strong. Just being something similar to the double Funchucks that N was struggling with so much before, where it's just so much pressure. It's so difficult to get around those and get some damage in. And we're seeing his shield is just about ready to break too.
Holy crap, Swamp Chick, thank you so much for the 300 bits.
Ah,
you rock.
Chick.
Yeah, Marie clearly inspired by what I was doing. Takes out the double buffs.
Indeed. If I'm not mistaken, this is actually Marie's former main.
I believe you're right, because all the pictures are Helix pictures.
That would make perfect sense.
And not gonna come up with that rush. Marie read it. Oh, but he does land the last hit for a bit of damage.
And had a really nice aggressive start, but now he's kind of kept his move back into the distance. And at least how this matchup is going, that might not be a good thing for him. He might need to get a little closer.
Yeah, N has to work his way inside. You cannot let this spam go on because Marie will just get rush after rush.
And
wow,
just so much pressure, especially at such a distance. It's just good. The consistency and flow of these attacks are just going to always outdo whatever you can do at a distance.
Oh my gosh, Swamp Chick with another 500 bits says go Springman. Thank you so much, Swamp Chick. And what's up, Akio? Go ahead, Maliv, I'm sorry.
Nah, and did everything he could in that one, at least that he was capable of doing, but unfortunately, Mary's just way too much Helix in there, way too many gloves, way too much tower.
Yeah.
And we're seeing both players switch things up again. I kind of actually like what N does a little bit more with Lola, not just because Lola needs more representation, but because got some good stuff going on there.
And Marie going Mummy.
Double Fun Chuck Mummy. And Big N has a really nice weapon to kind of counteract this to some degree.
Definitely.
I clap back.
The clapback will destroy most spam loadouts.
Especially when they're tossed onto a massive character like Mummy.
Yeah, because his girth, pretty much every fun chuck he throws is gonna hit the clapback. Not a mobile character, so he can't really get much curve on him either.
Indeed. But we're gonna see Mary's doing a really good job to start off with this match and is able to bring N down to just a single pixel and then take N down with nearly full health. This amount of pressure is not something N is fully used to. N's gonna try to respond with their own chucks, specifically the better ones.
Marie with the good timing on there, deflecting the grab attempt. And pretty much just staying centralized, just begging for Big Red N to come towards the Mummy.
Indeed. In a position, Mary's generally in a position where this next round might just already be decided, because with the giant hitboxes of those two Birdchucks and how N is using them, that Kablammer is just going to eat through them on a very regular basis.
Yep, and that is proving to be true right there. Marie taking it 2-0. Thank you, V. Appreciate it. Yeah. Trying to make things a little fancy around here.
So clean. I love how it's see-through too.
Which part?
All of it.
Yes. Yes. I might actually add a little bit more transparency to it so that we're not missing any of the action.
Ah, nice.
Okay. To the desktop. Let's see how the matchups are going. Group A just about done. Looks like one game left. From Group B, we have Twin 5-0 and Magnet Alpha moving on. Very skilled players there. From Group C, we have JM Canada and Junior. Also very high on the dashboard. Group D, Rifa and Sir Rosalina. Group E, looks like they have 2 more games. Group F done, Group G's done. And that'll be Phallus and Uran moving on from Group G. I need to put my matches in. Okay, so it is Old Scooty and myself moving on from H.
Nice
Group
work.
I. Thank you. Group I's got 1 more game. Slosh and Dart coming out of Group J. And Group OKKK. Frank moving on. AM moving on. So just a few more left. Group A and E. And I.
I looks like it is essentially done. There's one more match in there, but beyond that, it could go either way, and we've already got the 2 who are moving on from there.
Okay. They can, if they want to play it, they can, or they'll just mark it. Doesn't matter. Yes I did, Rosa. come on. You know that's not what it is. I said okay. You guys can't pin me. You can't pin me. Take back the tape.
I'll just check out A.
Well, we've got a moment. Most of you are aware already. This year, it is very important that we get ARMS at more locals. A very big local going down this June. It's in Wisconsin at a water park. You can play some Smash Bros, play some ARMS, meet all the cool people. I'll be there. I think Defer's coming in from overseas. We got a bunch of people trying to come, so should be a good time.
And if things work out well, and just based on the fact that apparently I'm making a lot of efforts to travel, I guess I'll be. I can't guarantee it right now, but I would like to go. We'll see.
That would be awesome. Would be the best.
I'll bring my best swimsuit.
Yes. So much water park.
I is finished. They have theirs entered. I think E is just finishing up. And A just finished.
Playing handheld on a water slide.
And
hey, thanks for the follow, Smooth Richard. Was that it?
I think we're just waiting on A to be updated. They are updated. We're waiting on E to be updated. And that one's actually pretty important. And they're just going through their match, so that one might be a few moments. Smash and Splash isn't the only local though. We do have a bunch going all over the place. There's Evo Japan, of course. Then there is the Winter Brawl that is going to be going on late February. Apparently there's a Salt Flats tournament going on in Calgary near me. So I'm going to be looking into participating in that. There's actually a few going on in Canada, like a bunch of smaller ones that just haven't really been noticed too much. So I'll see what I can do there. And I think there's one other, I'm not sure about the full details yet. We'll get back to that one later. But yeah, there's a lot going on in terms of actual local tournaments. So be sure to support them.
What's up, Catfight? Meow. Meow. Yeah, Canadian local. I saw you guys getting pumped about that, JM. Yeah, that's very hype.
Alright, it's all set up. Everybody's ready to go.
We good?
We are good.
Excellent. Alright, let's check this out. So, everybody's done. End of the group stage. And now we will see the final single elim bracket. And here it is. Hey, I got a bye, so technically I made it past the first round of a tournament finally.
You did it! High
Yes!
five! Yes!
Alright, so we're gonna stream a couple of the round 1 matches, about half of the round 2s, and then the rest of the tournament. So first up, Twin 5-0 and Junior. Let's get the rematch from last night in. This was one of the final battles of the crew battle that we had. We had Shrimp Squad versus Milky Way Esports, and these two fought. It was very fun.
Oh no, there's so many juniors in here. Oh, there he is.
So we'll put Junior Twin 5-0 on first. Then, let's see, Rifa and Iceman. And let's do Old Scooty and Soft Save after that, because I haven't seen much of Soft Save.
And
So
we can
do
never
3
get
matchups.
enough Scooty.
What'd you say, Millie?
You can never get enough Scooty in here.
Oh, right, yeah. So much Scooty McGee. So just waiting on Twin at the moment.
Twin did say 1 moment, so
Okay.
it shouldn't be too long, hopefully. I'll just continue making sure everything else is ready. Iceman, are you on Discord? And if so, at me just so I can verify that you're around so I can have my information going on.
And your reward is fighting Phallus. I know, right, Dime? But hey, if you're gonna get a buy, you're about to fight somebody real. CEO of Arms, please. Shmoney Scrimps. Frank, I'm definitely not saying your name out loud. What's up, Jim Watts?
Sexy
Hey!
boy.
Woo!
Hey, thank you for the sub, my man.
What
2
that
months in a
means?
row.
Screw
Throw up the
faces.
screw faces. Thank you, good sir. Hey, appreciate you. Love your match. Thanks, Jim. We just got to the final stage of MLM 19. Very, very excited. I like a lot. Do you like me? Oh, you guys don't know how ridiculous it is. Like, I'm just looking at chat after I just was staring at the screen and I just see my face 200 times.
It's gotta be an empowering feeling.
I look ridiculous. It's not that empowering. It's pretty funny. Seductive, hot, thick. Thanks, guys. I scare you with my face? That's reasonable, Rosa. I'm incredibly turned on. It's gotta be the pants.
And there's Twin
It's
50.
the pleats. Oh yes, the illusion of the pleats. Okay, so we will have all of the stages on. Players, remember, in the final stage, you start with all 5 stages, and then the stage that you just played gets banned on the next selection. So the first selection will be from 5, second selection will be from 4, and you just random it the whole time. Ban me, daddy. The rematch, yes, it's back. Speaking of which, bloop.
Can we just take a moment and just appreciate the fact that Twin 50 works with that Ice Dragon so well? And Junior also just a really exquisite Guardian user.
Uh-oh. Oh, Junior's back.
Just make sure everything's good. And Junior gonna start with a couple of good hits and is able to give himself just that slight bit of lead. So now he doesn't have to worry so much about pressure. Is going to get an ice grab too.
Yes. And in the first matchup between these two, there were quite a few grabs that happened.
Both of these players are huggers and they just can't get enough of each other. And we see both players at pretty equal footing too. Twin 50 having the height advantage, but Junior still getting things to work pretty well for him and getting some good hits in.
Shocked that Ram Ram didn't hit, and Twin now with a good grab. Little vengeance here on Junior.
Catches him and keeps him at bay with the Biffler. Words.
Now, Junior just needs one hit and then a rush. And he's gonna get a grab, okay. He can end it now. Junior approaching quickly, he's gonna rush into a shield.
Twin 50 was more than ready for that and just efficiently caught that.
Junior with another grab.
Just needs
Can he get one more hit?
Quick hit.
He does it!
He catches it! And
Whoa!
Squad is going to take the first rounds.
Holy moly. Yeah, I don't know why Scrapyard is in the rotation.
That's a good question.
I'm unsure. It's fairly hype, though.
I'll make sure that it's just gone after this.
Okay. I would assume that this stage would be worse for Junior, and he comes away with the victory there. Oh, very well done from Junior. Couldn't block and had to knock down all the fists. And another grab from the Strong Snake.
Getting a really good start in here, and 5-0 once again has that height advantage, making it a lot harder for Guardian to use that Junior to use that Guardian effectively.
The Guardian does use Junior sometimes too.
It does. But now we've got Junior getting into a little bit of more of a position, and is quickly lost as Twin 5-0 just flies straight back up onto the top.
Oh, Junior barely getting out of that grab attempt. Wow, and Twin is just poking him out of the air every time he tries to move.
Some very well-timed Biffler shots.
And again, a Strong Snake grab.
And now Junior's just trying to keep 5-0 out of that upper area, continuing to apply pressure. And we see as soon as he starts getting it going,
oh no!
It just starts swinging his direction.
Oh.
Gets a rush.
Wow, Junior. The wild man. We see a lot of Cobras using a clapback, but the Guardian Cobra seems to be just as deadly.
I kind of like the Guardian a bit more, but that's just personal taste.
I mean, aesthetically, I like the Guardian more for sure. But just my playstyle developed away from the Guardian over the years. The years and years.
Okay,
Thank you for the host, Jim.
I took Scrapyard and Via Dulce down because those are counterpicks.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Why were they in there in the first place?
I don't know.
Completely blanked out.
I don't know. You got this.
It's good.
Yeah, I think it should count too. It was definitely a favorable match, or a favorable map for Twin. But it's up to the players. I'm sure Junior would do it either way, so if Twin wants to redo it, they can. But I don't think they're causing a ruckus about it, are they?
No, they're being very civil about it.
Yeah. They're both calm guys.
They're both cool people. One's part of the Milky Way, and the other part is Shrimp Squad. Both very cool teams.
Shrimp Squad! Thank you for the follow, Grey Chrome. Appreciate that. Yo, it's Andros. What's up, Grey Chrome?
Hi, friends! And we're going to see both players just sticking it with their loadout. They have specific loadouts for each specific character, and they're just really comfortable working with that. We're seeing some players starting to look into making slight tech adjustments mid matches if they need to, but a lot of players aren't. That's a relatively early thing in this game now, and most players have just recently started to find those 3 arms that really click with the players.
Yeah. It takes hundreds of hours to find what you're comfortable with.
And that Guardian is going to protect Junior from most of that rush. Not all of it, but a really good amount.
And Junior finally landing his first shot there against Twin, who is starting to adapt to Junior's playstyle. Especially here on Mausoleum, it's going to be a lot easier for Twin to avoid the extreme pressure of a corner.
Indeed. Junior trying to get that going though, starting to get a bit of pressure, but Twin 5-0 is going to quickly slip out.
Oh wow. Quick movement here from Junior, and he gets popped again. Twin looking for about 2 more hits to end it. Junior looking for another shot and a trap rush like he's been using. He will escape the rush.
Saves his face with that beautiful Guardian.
Oh.
But it's not going to save him in the long run, as 5-0 is going to get 1 more Biffler into Junior's face and taken down.
Hey, Grey Chrome. Yeah, nice to meet you too, man. Yes, every week I do Mega League Monday on Monday at 6 p.m. and then Wednesday I do Fight Club at 7 p.m. So 2 weeklies for ARMS. Junior gonna use the trampoline here, rarely utilized.
It is generally pretty rarely used, but a lot of players have started to pick up on it. Some are trying it out. Junior is one of those wonderful people.
Junior's having a difficult time approaching Twin now with the middle of the floor open. Twin has a zoning set, and he's doing it really well. Junior may not get a solid hit off here. Oh, just barely. The Guardian comes up short. And that's going to do it. Twin 5-0 with a nice adjustment to tie it up 1-1.
And I'll just make sure to get rid of the mausoleum.
Yeah. Yep, so for any other players wondering about format, Maleev will go into the map set now, take off Mausoleum, and leave the other 4 stages, and then we'll randomize from that. And it's DNA.
Woo!
The third and final match. Wait, no, this is the best of... Yeah, third and final match, like I said. Junior going double roaster now. A much more direct strategy. He needed to be more aggressive, certainly, because Twin was getting exactly what he wanted, creating distance with Junior's slower Guardian set. Gets in a strong snake grab right away. Twin 5-0 gonna use these pillars as a defensive hiding spot here. Lollipop, one of the best characters on DNA Lab, has the ability to dash a really wide distance out of shield, as you're seeing here from Twin. Dashing all around, but has destroyed some of those precious tubes in the process. Junior's going to avoid the whole rush. And HP very close. Junior has that rush. When will he use it? Not now. He gets another strong snake in. And a rush wouldn't kill yet. He's going to need another shot or two, but he'll use it. Only hits shield.
5-0 effectively catching that. Just seeing that Junior tends to do a big leap just before. That said, Junior can potentially start changing things up if he gets into that position from here on. He could probably leap in the air, and he'll probably be rewarded with a grab, especially how he hasn't really done that yet. 5-0 might not be expecting it.
Oh, what a rush. Phenomenal timing, but it doesn't land. Yee. Oh, wow.
Dragon sniped.
Yeah. Dragon Blaster. Okay.
And I did notice that Junior's actually started changing up his arms a little bit. Was going with double roaster, and now he's going double ram ram.
Yeah, this is the classic Junior set right here. It's double Ram Ram or Guardian Ram Ram. If you see those, you need to be fearful because he's going to get aggressive. He's going to turn up the heat. Let's see if that even matters. Twin 5-0 is poking around and again reading the correct rush there.
And that's going to put 5-0 at quite the advantage here. Having a health lead and now getting rush to land. For a full 325.
Oh, and breaks the pillar and hits through it. Junior taking massive damage here and only a couple hits until Twin takes the set and moves on.
That said, if Junior can get the momentum going with those ram rams, not able to.
Not even, you can't even get that sentence about momentum off.
5-0 was just that ready.
Ooh. That could, yeah, you're probably right, Rosa. I probably did not hit start. I did not. No, it won't shuffle. Okay. So, let's get...
Rifa and Iceman!
Yes, Rifa and Iceman is our next match to see. We will mark this down. Twin 5-0 beating Junior 2-1 in a very close rematch. Twin 5-0 goes on to play Sir Rosalina.
I don't know too much about Iceman. I do know I love Rifa and his Jara. And
Yes.
they're both wonderful people.
Yeah, I know a lot about Rifa. I think I've seen Iceman play, but I don't know how recently. Okay, and then after this matchup, we're gonna have Marie and Soft Save. So Saturn and Uran, you guys can play, and Slosh and Frank, you guys can play as well. But please do not play your round 2 match yet.
And we've got Rifa and Iceman in here. Iceman repping the Coil Killer badge. Maybe just... I know a lot of players tend to go with the Killer badge for their main, because it's just a lot more edgy and cool looking. So maybe Iceman is a Coil? Oh, thank you.
Fresh off the block. Iceman, Iced Tea.
And everything should be set up.
Did you put the stages back?
Maybe. Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
And my estimation was correct. I was too busy trying to guess who Iceman mained. Ooh, I'm liking that loadout. But you know what that Coil needs?
What's that?
Golly.
A Scully.
That would just be perfect. Griff is starting off with his ever-classic Tri-Blast and Ice Dragon. Iceman having lots of stun in there. And a Burchuck.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about Coil yet. I don't think anybody really does. She's too new still as a character.
I definitely would say she's a tier character, or at worst a B tier character, if not an A tier character.
Yeah, I agree completely with that.
I need to start looking into getting that tier list done eventually. Anyways, so we have Rifa just dominating here.
Okay. Rifa with the perfect.
Iceman flipping over in amazement at how powerful and swift Rifa is.
Hey, what's up, Defer? Thank you, man.
Actually looking into what Iceman's loadout is here, or at least what they've chosen to go in with, I can see that actually being a pretty reasonable thing, considering the fact both are very specific, very precise. Both are relatively slow as well, so Iceman has to do some real impressive work if they want to catch Rifa, as Rifa's
This is amazing.
Rifa's one of the fastest Ninjars out there.
This is amazing. He's gonna get the perfect? No, he's not.
Oh, so close.
And holy moly, Rifa is hot.
Iceman is
Sheesh.
going to need to come up with something that's a little more capable of catching something like Rifa. Probably something with a larger hitbox, maybe something a lot faster, or just generally more AoE.
Yeah, fast sneaky boy for sure.
They
no!
They went way
R.I.P.
too quickly, and we're going into Temple Grounds.
R.I.P. They ready up. Well, that's what you guys get for not waiting. Have fun at Temple Grounds again.
Iceman gonna start off with the first hit this time, making more progress than anything that they've done in the previous set.
Holy 400 bits. Thank you, Swamp Chick.
Swamp Chick with all of
You are
it.
you are just going crazy with the bits. Oh, thank you so much.
If I'm not mistaken, a lot of the earnings are going to be used to help fellow members of the Shrimp Squad make it to some local tournaments.
Oh yeah, Shrimp Squad's legit this year, baby.
If I'm not mistaken, Red might be making it to Smash and Splash because of this.
Yeah, looks like it's going really well.
Iceman trying to get a grab off of that freeze. Rifa going to respond quickly with a rush though, and with authority, is going to quickly shut Iceman down.
Yeah, I haven't personally found a set that is my go-to against Coil, but man, does this Ice Dragon and Tri-Blast look effective.
It's working out really well, especially with just how swift Rifa is. He's even going to change things up a little bit, maybe for experimentation, maybe just to try to be hard to catch. And he's going to work with that Slamamander.
I'm not sure that moving away from the Ice Dragon is his best choice here. That was really helping him keep Iceman off of him and keeping him slowed down.
But that Slamamander can definitely do a lot. It's not doing too much right now. Iceman is getting a pretty strong lead, though. But if Rifa can get that Slamamander to work with him, he could probably do some real work, especially with any juggles that might happen because of it. Isn't able to get the slam to properly land just because of all those angles, but does get 180 off of the Tri-Blast.
Yeah, Iceman looking like he's going to take this set and have a rush. Rifa may have put himself in a hole.
Mistakes were happened.
I happened to mistake.
And that Tri-Blast is going to blast straight into Rifa's face, knocking him down.
Ah, Pineapple, good to see you, man. Love you, buddy.
Oh!
Thank you.
Pineapple! Boy! Rifa switching back to the Ice Dragon. Maybe he was switching over just because he was feeling like Iceman had a little bit more of a grip and was more effectively getting around it. And we're kind of seeing that too, with Iceman effectively evading that Ice Dragon, just going straight around it, getting a grab and following up with a rush. And Rifa really at the back heels here.
Yeah, Iceman really figuring out Rifa's style, especially after he took that Ice Dragon off.
Indeed.
I mean, it may have just been a why not moment for Rifa, but this is why not.
And that Birdchuck is really working well also for Iceman, as it's going to be really effective at generally protecting him from that Tri-Blast. It's also a huge hitbox, which was the one thing that I said that maybe Iceman should look into getting. Which essentially just fixes up a lot of the problems that he was having with the matchup.
All right, so it's 1-1. Sparring ring.
It's a nice small space. Quick movements are going to be very key here. The Ice Dragon will be very important, and Rifa he's demonstrated he's very capable of getting it to work in even small areas, getting some really good shots in. But it's going to be a lot harder for him to get things to work just because that Birdchuck is really doing numbers on him. It's applying so much pressure, it's making him walk into other attacks and just blocking out a lot of the Tri-Blast.
And just in general, much more difficult to use a zoning technique like Rifa's doing, or a Dragon Arm at all on Sparring Ring with its close quarters. The camera angle switches more quickly.
Rifa doing a pretty good job though, knocking Iceman's arm down, getting a decent amount of damage, following it up with a rush, getting 285, cementing himself a nice lead here. And it looks like Iceman was getting really comfortable with the matchup, maybe exclusively because of Temple Grounds, where here Iceman is struggling a lot more all of a sudden. Rifa just a lot more at home with a small tight-knit area, without those pillars, without those weird angles. He can just move around and do his business.
Seems like Iceman is getting an angle, but then hesitating and allowing Rifa to recover that Ice Dragon arm. Gonna land a rush there, only partial, 255. Iceman's still in it.
Rifa getting an astounding chain of Tri-Blast hits, but he's going to get caught in the corner and takes 245 damage off of the rush.
And Rifa's about to get that rush back before Iceman could make any more moves.
Iceman not having much luck using the Birdchuck here, and Rifa is just going to quickly shut him down.
That Tri-Bolt poking away. Doing the most. Looking at eSports, the Shrimp Squad, Sports Click. All right, and we have Marie in here for our next matchup. Rifa moving on to face Krokow. And the winner of this match will go on to face Akio. Malieve, could you ping AM or Omar to see if they can play their match? They're still round 1.
It looks like AM about 2 minutes ago said GG to Omar, so I think they might have finished. I am going to look into it though, just to make sure that they're both done.
Okay. And then as far as round 2 goes, so after these two do their best of 3, let's get Magnet Alpha and JM first. Okay, AM moves on. Okay.
There we go.
So we'll get Magnet Alpha and JM first. Then we'll get Cog and Saturn Bars. Obviously, I'll have to stream my fight against Phallus. And then probably Dart Remix and Frank, since we're going to watch one of the winners from this match. So, Group 7, 12, 8, and 14.
I will make sure they are all aware.
Thank you, Malieve.
And we've got all the players. Oh,
Go ahead, sorry. I was just talking to Pine.
there. That's why they were waiting.
Oh, the stages?
Yeah.
Okay. Pine, I don't know. Permanent is a strong word. Permanent is strong, but for tournaments, you can expect to see overlays like this, yes. Like, sometimes I might want to do the single-person perspective. Not going to limit myself. And getting the first shock in there. Softs is going with a Ribbon Girl. I would assume it's his main. The Funchuck T-Bird. Really, really quick combination and a punishing one at that. The Funchuck can be used to quickly deflect arms. Not that one. And then you can follow up with the T-Bird. I see the thinking behind the set. May need to make a change against the heavy arm from Marie in the Blorb.
Ooh, and we've got Mary going in with Mechanica again. Ram Ram and Lob. And if I'm not mistaken, you said Soft Serve is struggling a little bit with that Blorb. Yeah. Soft Serve is playing a very aerial character. That Blorb is going to jump straight into her face. And just the large body that the Blorb has means it's going to do a pretty good job of catching Soft Serve.
Yeah, I'm having a blast watching Marie work with this Blorb. I have seen very few effective Blorb users. And especially on a Mechanica, a character who can get up in the air and really use that gravity to her advantage.
Soft Serve gonna use Rush, is able to bring Mary low on health. And is going to effectively slip underneath the Blorb, switching up the approach to this match. And instead of going into the air and getting hit by that Blorb, is going to focus a little more on the ground.
It's very sneaky.
Ribbon Girl is a little bit more disadvantaged on the land, but if she's able to, if it means that she can effectively just slip around one of the arms, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty good advantage.
Oh, a nice shock and followed up with the Funchuck there from Softs. This is so nice to see. Both players adapting to each other. You can see Soft's trying to move out of the way, and Marie will hesitate where she was punching last round.
Soft serve definitely being very ground focused too. Both players have rush ready. Is able to capitalize on that stun so quickly too.
Very nice. Another stun and grab, or shock and grab there from Soft Serve. Taking round 1.
Mary was very ready to pop that rush and try to get something going, but Soft Serve was able to notice that and just kind of waited things out. Able to notice a moment where Mary was kind of just floating around a bit, and it was able to capitalize on that. And we're just gonna... Not this time. We're not having DNA lab. You can go somewhere else.
Not on my watch.
Mary with that put out Soft Serve, going back to the Slamamander, or the Slapamander.
The Ram Blorb on a Mechanica. Oh, I just love seeing a brand new custom set that I don't get to see. Both of these players using brand new strats for me. Good catch there from Marie. Catches Soft Serve right out of the air with that Ram and finishes round 1.
The powerful rush. And Soft Serve going to switch back to the Thunderbird here.
Soft Serve doing a much better job getting multiple shots in here. Has rush. Oh, and that Blorb. Oh, I made the same mistake, Soft Serve. I tried to rush the rusher.
Successfully blocking just 1 or 2 attacks and allowing the Ram to sneak in around the corner and knock Soft Serve down.
Very sneaky movement from Soft Serve, able to avoid all of that without shielding. And again, oh, so deadly. Soft Serve just looking to avoid all the hits coming his way in the air. And then when they land, the T-Bird comes out. This is the sort of playstyle I would be intrigued to try.
It would be.
But all the while, Marie gets that rush back. It is not over. Oh, and the Blorb does not save the day that time.
Indeed. Unfortunately, that Ram didn't go out far enough, and it was also cancelled out by the flurry of Funchucks. That said, Mary is at quite the advantage here, having arms that generally just outweigh Soft Serve, and also having rush ready is able to take a 50% health lead within the first 10 seconds. Gets another good Ram hit in there, and now it's 75% health. That said, Soft Serve definitely can get some good momentum, and as soon as that momentum is rolling, can very likely bring this back, especially with that Thunderbird.
Oh, gets caught with a grab. That's a hug.
A successful hug.
Marie looking for the hunt down here.
Marie needing only 1 to 2 more hits to be able to take this. Gets a nice Ram and able to take it. Bring themselves back.
Finds a good time there. Watching the landing. Taking advantage of Ribbon Girl, who can be very difficult to hit. And that is 1-1?
That is 1-1.
Okay.
Both players have 8 coins. One of them needs to just get a little bit more.
And the winner moves on to face Akio.
That's going to be quite the fight.
Yeah, so we could have potentially a ribbon ditto.
Or Mary can continue the mech vs. ribbon matches.
Either way.
Both ways sound pretty thrilling.
Pineapple, care to talk about our Hot Pocket sponsor? No, I'm good for now. I'm actually really hungry. I don't want to talk about food. Hot Pockets, send me some Hot Pockets so I'm not so hungry.
I'd be down to be sponsored by Hot Pockets.
Yeah.
I'd be down to be sponsored.
For sure. Period. Yeah.
Sponsored by Depends.
And DuPont.
Yes. Soft Serve going to get a couple of nice stuns in there. Unfortunately, the pillars are going to protect Mary here and prevent any additional damage from things like grabs.
Soft Serve is amazing me with these T-Birds.
Doing
Really playing out that strategy.
also used to the short time that Ribbon Girl actually gets to hold rush or charge. And timing it just within the last few moments to get the maximum effect and get a really good stun when Mary is least ready. It's that movement that makes Ribbon Girl really complicated to use, especially against heavy characters. And it kind of makes sense why her loadout is kind of built to counter heavies. Because her movement naturally doesn't actually allow her to use her charged weapons very efficiently. So you have to change things up very frequently and have a really varied and consistent pattern, both at the same time, to be able just to get that charge and get those hits in.
Yeah, and consistently taking advantage of the charge that they get while in midair. When they hit the ground, they're immediately ready with that T-Bird.
Indeed.
Oh, it's soft save, not soft serve.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm terrible.
No, you got me to start doing it.
I'm a terrible person. I'm ruining my own team names, and I'm ruining other people's names. Next thing you know, I'm going to start calling you Scrumps.
Scrumps. Soft save, aka ice cream.
Going to use Rush and gets 340 damage, just cementing a really strong lead here, especially
Whoa.
with that grab.
Sneaky grab, and now Marie has a lot of work to do. Is going to land this. That's going to be a lot of damage. 370.
If Mary gets stunned even once, that's pretty much game.
There it is from soft save.
Serving a soft save.
Oh no, Bobbert, I don't care about the name Scrumpo. I like that name. It's a pretty good one. Yeah, next she's gonna start saying her own name wrong.
Just running around calling myself Malerv.
Alright, so first up, Magnet Alpha and JM Canada from round 2. That's gonna be tasty. And then Cog and Saturn Bars, you guys be ready to go up next. And then in round 3, we will stream every match on Out.
And both slipping at the same time, just itching to go. Stages are ready.
I'm rooting for the guy from Canada. Okay, stages are ready. And
I can triple confirm now. Players wishing each other well before the match begins.
what guys?
Oh, Jam went Jam went outside to gather some peas.
Ah, is he back from the market yet?
He should be back in a few moments. Fortunately, the market is just probably down the hall to him.
Yeah, JM's never won an MLM, not even 5 of them.
He's never won money off of a tournament or anything like that. He's not a big deal.
Yeah, all he is top 10 in the world.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, I'm top 10. Everybody's top 10.
Yeah, honestly, it's not even that hard.
Nah. You just have to take out double nades or double fun chucks or double roaster. Problem
I'm
solved.
telling you, that's it.
Speaking of which, the only glove we're seeing right now is the Sparky. JM is working with a Japanese loadout, the Popper Clapback. He's been learning it recently, and he's been having so much fun with it that he just can't let go.
It's a really fun loadout. I love a light arm combined with a shield arm. Especially the clapback, which allows you to jump right into your opponent's face.
More so with
throwing the shield.
Especially with a character who has just so much girth. And we're seeing JM do a pretty good job with this loadout, starting out applying a lot of pressure on Magnet. Magnet not finding a good moment to connect his magnets together and cause that EMP discharge.
And JM's timing was so good on that rush that he was able to miss his first popper completely and still got it there.
And then Alpha was able to pop their rush. Is not punished, but they didn't get to land any damage. Magnet really trying hard to find a moment just to get that EMP. Not successful. Jam gonna get one more popper into the face.
Yep, got greedy with the get up grab there. Magnet trying to do too much too fast. Pays for it.
Cobra, obviously an F tier character.
We got a lot of Snake fans in the crowd tonight.
So many. It's almost like snakes are awesome.
Oh, what?
We're gonna have a little bit of a tap there, but not enough to really throw Magnet into the air, and that's gonna give Magnet the opportunity to get that shield out and protect him from so much damage. If that fully landed,
that would have hurt.
He probably would be dead right now.
Yep. But JM trying to make sure that's the case anyway, putting full pressure right in his face and trying to get Magnet to punch himself, and he does.
May have missed lethal, but that's not going to stop JM from finding new lethal and using that to take the set.
Ooh.
What kind of stage do you think would benefit Magnet more in this situation? I feel like something a little more spaced out.
Yeah, he's going to need space, and he's going to need objects to hide behind. I think DNA would probably be the ideal stage for Magnet. Well, he gets pillars.
I'd say Temple Grounds would be the second one, but JM does get a massive advantage, especially if he's above, as JM is very active in the air.
Well, another positive is sometimes when you're on the lower half as a Cobra with that extra girth using the popper, your popper can hit the stairs or the slope and stop short. But he's not even using the popper.
We see him acknowledge fully the flaws of using popper in this scenario and opts to not bring it out. Instead, we have it on Magnet Alpha, and we actually have 0 gloves now. We've got popper,
I love it.
bird, cool rain, and the clapback.
I love the no glove life. I'm all about it.
It's so much more delightful to see. That said, gloves are really good. They're a fantastic thing to watch.
Yeah, they're probably what I should be using, but that's not fun.
Jim really using that clapback mind games very effectively, bringing it down, not going for grabs all the time, even just quickly throwing out a second clapback just to throw Magnet off.
Tons of mix-ups here.
Oh, Alpha able to so efficiently evade, tried to set himself up for a punish, and ended up getting punished by his attempt to punish. he was very much in a position where he could have just shielded through that, maybe popped Rush of his own at that point, but chose just to sneak around a little bit more.
And JM continuing with his mix-ups.
Alpha able to finally get his rush to happen, and now both players are about equal.
Oh, yep. Oh, he gets the shock, cannot convert. Oh, he hits again, and JM's going down.
Magnet trying so hard to find moments, or trying to, at the very least, use it to bait JM into positions where he can get a good counter like that. Unfortunately now, we do see that the pillars are all gone, so it is all about that elevation. That first match was incredibly fierce.
Oh, the mind games are real. Oh, or the disconnects are real.
Magnet unfortunately has a glitch in his system. Those magnets just kind of meeting the wrong way, breaking things out.
Well, that's what happens when you use EMP. You disable everything.
Especially yourself.
He disabled his own internet. Alright, so Magnet will come back. He will be up 1 round. So if Magnet wins just 1 round, even though it won't say they're done, they will be done with that match. Sneaky snake. Bobbert, you and JM are dashboard buddies. Where'd you end up?
Where am I on the dashboard?
Here, I'll let everybody take a look at the dashboard here while we're waiting for a second for Magnet to come back. Here we are. Gore and Resolve holding 1 and 2. Kajora with 4. Devilman moves up to 5. Pine at 7. Ooh-wee, boy. You pretty good, I tell you. Shrimp Squad represent. Redengard at 10.
We've got the Japan Mechanica at number 9. And then JM right beside Redengard as dashboard buddies.
Yep, and then Catfight and Griff also buddies right now. Oh, and do you see that? Griff actually has the Scully in his dashboard loadout.
Oh, that's... You know it.
Oh, it's so good to see up there.
That looks so wonderful in there.
It does.
And I'm chilling with Pega.
Oh, hey, Maleev.
If I'm that close to Pega, that means I'm probably going to get beaten up, so I wouldn't recommend sticking around too long. That said, Phallus is keeping an eye on him.
That's so cool. We have the number 16 player in the world helping us commentate. Yes. And Phallus is playing, and Twin played 18 and 20. Nobi's at Evo. Frank? Wait. Like Frank the tank?
Yeah, Frank.
Frank, you're 23 after your brass switch up? What? Frank the tank going bonkers.
We've got Cat at 29. Well earned, well deserved.
Cold Stare's always up here. Always. His default Cobra. The only default out here.
Oh, there's also Saturn Barnes at 37 with Double Phoenix.
Very nice. Another player here tonight.
Gazzo is at 38.
Oh, Big Shaq at 46.
Ooh.
Rosalina. Also playing.
Mechanica. Well, helping me rep Mechanica.
Meow fell to 79. Well, I guess that's not really falling. He's always in the middle because he uses 8 different mains.
Maxow at a healthy 60.
What is Steelhead doing with a Ninjara?
Wait, what? Where?
EMP Steel Ninjara rank 88. And I don't see his I don't see his real account anywhere, so that's got to be him, right?
Nice. We need more Ninjaras. I have no issue with him going Ninjara for sometimes.
Shrimp Squad Vertical H at 94. Can you see if Magnet Alpha is back or coming back, or if he's
haven't
ever coming back?
Alpha seems to be back in the Discord.
Heyo, there we go. That's progress. What's up, JM? I see you ping me. Would it be fair to start round 2 with Rush? What do you mean? Because you had Rush to start round 2? I see. That sucks.
So
if you're really worried about the rush, we'll just redo the whole set, I guess. Go ahead, Maliv. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just gonna ask about that. And you basically answered it. So
Yeah, I think we'll just run it back. I hate to take the round from Alpha, but he is the one who disconnected. Let's just make sure both players are cool with that.
I love my profile picture
Okay.
so much.
Great.
Alpha's
Magnet
fine,
Alpha
so
said he's cool with it, so great.
I'm gonna make sure that the stages are good. They are.
Oh, Rosalina, what happened? Who won? That's another one I wanted to watch, but hey, can't stream them all. And we just watched Twin.
I wish we could watch like all of these.
Yeah.
But if we did that, I might not. I'm struggling with getting sleep enough as is with me being stressed about going to Japan. I don't need events preventing me from also getting more sleep. You know what? It's fine. I'll just have 3 hours of sleep before I go for my flight.
Alright, we're going back to Temple, Maliv.
I am going to do that. It's set to Temple.
Alright, alright. Let's get it.
Oh, 5-0 has a Ninjara?
Oh.
That's awesome. Alright.
And JM not gonna switch. He is staying with the JPGP. JPG? He's doing the Japanese stuff.
J Cobra.
J Cobra.
And he's actually decided for this first round, instead of using the Cool Rain, he's going to go with the Popper. That said, while the flooring might cause a couple of awkward shots for him, he's usually in the air anyway, so that's not too much of a worry.
Oh, there's Magnet able to catch him, but JM wisely saves his popper until Magnet lands, saving himself.
Essentially using the clapback as bait to get Alpha to use that EMP, and then just popping it.
Oh man, JM Japan, Dime, you nailed it. JM Japan with a big lead right now.
Tries to go in for another popper. Now it's Magnet at just the magic pixel. Just anything will finish him off. And it's just going to be a stray piece of confetti.
Yeah, nicely timed popper. Magnet, rush ready. Going double Sparky. That's shocking. No.
I'm trying to think of a pun myself. I'm sorry. I was thinking of something like bolted, but I think you got
I at least wanted to hear your disappointment in my foolish pun.
It has to be extraordinarily bad for me to be that too disappointed in it. I personally love the most terrible. Alpha really effectively just getting around that grab and capitalizing on it with a really nice rush or punch. Not a rush, just a punch. But it's a really good punch.
It was a grade A punch. Uh-oh, now he's in trouble. JM Canada has him in the corner. Gets the read grab. Grab, read. I'm reading, I'm grabbing. I'm a snake.
He grabbed him like a book.
He grabbed him like a book.
And James just holding onto that rush, finding that perfect moment, catching it, and getting 355 damage, taking down Alpha. Well, you know, like, books are really exciting, so some people just kind of go for them. Yeah.
Grabbed you like a book.
Good. Alright. Yeah, I think those are the stages. Oh!
That's JM wins, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had the reset. Okay.
Okay, we're good. I'm good. You're good. He's good.
We good.
They're good. It's good.
We good. So
The only ones
JM
that-
moving on.
The only ones that aren't good are Cog and Saturn, our next fighters.
Yes, Cog and Saturn, join us. Crocal and Riffa, you guys can fight. Ba ba ba. Eek, my belt. I am going to use the washroom very quickly.
Sounds good. If they start without you, I'll do my best to carry this.
Thank you much.
I do main tank in Warcraft, so I'm generally pretty good at holding the fort down. Bear. I heal myself. I'm good. I'm also a tank. I don't know why any of that is relevant. Fortunately, my face isn't on the screen because it's not very nice looking right now. On important things coming up while we're waiting for Saturn bars to get here. Don't forget, we do have the Smash and Splash coming up. It's going to be a great big tournament. There's a wonderful prize pool. Any opportunity everybody has to support the local fighters there, do your best to. Watch the stream, drop by there, say hi, go swimming. We also have the Winter Brawl coming up in about a month. There's a couple of things going on. Calgary has the Salt Flats. I'm definitely going to be making an effort to go there. Lots of really good locals. Just any thoughts on the new Ronaldo, I'm sorry. I haven't had... I'm not joking when I say I did not have the time to read up on that. Since BlizzCon, I've been so caught up with streaming, with work, and now with traveling and flights and everything. Where's Saturn? That I haven't had a chance to look at it. But from what I hear, it sounds awesome. It's about as good as it's going to be while I fly over to Japan, so I don't have much of a choice but to deal with it. Dysphoria or not, I will accept my fate.
You're gonna accept your face?
I will accept the fate of my face.
My face has been fated.
Fated to be hairy and bearded.
Fasted to be fated.
Once Evo's done, I've got a nice little laser kit. I'm gonna shoot lasers at my face, and that should help.
Nice. Sounds fun.
Enough talk about that, though. We've got a match coming up.
Bye, Griff. Have fun at curling.
Bye, Griff. Thanks for dropping by. It's always a pleasure to have you. And we're going to see a Coil
Cog.
once again without Scully. I'm so upset. We need more Scullys, don't Coils. Saturn actually starting off with a Tribal and Phoenix here. And that Tribal is a really nice tool for Mummy just because it's so big. If Saturn can get himself into a position where he can stun into grab, that's 320 damage. Phoenix is generally a really good weapon. And Cog doing a pretty decent job working with double toasters here.
Adrian Ninja, thank you so much for the sub.
Ah!
Throw up the Scrifaces in chat. Let's go. Saturn bars lands a rush while the Scrifaces are happening. 305. Cog, who fought against the Shrimp Squad yesterday in the crew battle, did well. A couple of us had trouble with this coil.
Cog definitely, maybe not recognized as much as other players such as Griff, such as Gazaway, but still a very impressive coil.
Yes,
Definitely
and
deserves the respect.
as Sir Rosalina pointed out, he is the most aesthetically pleasing coil with the toasters and the red suit.
It does look very good. We just need a fashion runway for all these characters. so we can just have them show off their best outfits.
I agree completely. Cog with the pineapple grab.
And that boomerang even matches the outfit as well, with the yellow and red matching the rest of Cog's design.
It's the only way to do it. Pure beauty.
And while Cog did have a good start, Saturn's is keeping his ground and is applying a lot of pressure and has been able to keep himself in this game by a long shot.
Lots of pressure from Saturn bars, but Cog just put on a nice little display there with the rush and has the HP lead.
But if Saturn can get his rush to land, he might be able just to take this.
Oh, what a grab by Cog. Oh my!
And just a
before
stab to the groin, stopping Saturn in the
right in the crotch. Oh.
And that
poor
is
mummy.
That is curtains for the tribal as Saturn switches to a default of Megaton and Phoenix.
What are we talking about? That mummy's dead. He didn't feel that.
It's probably rotted off a long time ago, so...
Yeah, it was one of the first things to go. Oh, Cog's gonna land from a distance. 300, he'll be happy about that.
He effectively ate through that Megaton too, giving himself just a really good opportunity where Saturn was just motionless.
Saturn not able to deal with the dashing of Cog and that coil.
Cog's definitely started to get some momentum here and is starting to bring it back. Just gets chipped for 65 damage on the head.
Was so strange.
If this was a real game, Cog would still be dead in this scenario, but it's only 65 otherwise.
Saturn working with the magic pixel. Can he do it? Cog's gonna trigger, rush, and that is it. Takes the round. Oh, she's crazy.
Adrian, you'll just want to talk to Shrimps about what you want your command to be, and he will set that up for you.
Oh yeah, Adrian, just DM me in Discord. That is the easiest way, because then I can look back and say, what did he say?
And we have a relationship problem going on. We've got a conflict of the couple.
Oh boy, conflict of interests. You should never date your coworker, because then you'll fall in love with them and get divorced, and then you're gonna have to fight them in a game that you both designed. Life gets weird.
I wonder if they actually designed the game together. Like they met Beyond, and then they kind of just both started working on this as a project together, or if they met because of this. I'm pretty sure it would be the former, though.
Yeah, I think that Dr. Coyle was working on all this cool stuff, and the commish came in, saw a business opportunity, and went for it.
And that business wasn't only just the tournament.
Oh no.
Saturn doing a really good job just applying a lot of pressure with those roasters. Cog is going to get their rush off first and is going to be caught by Saturn's rush, which overall all of Saturn's attacks are generally just more punishing. So Cog definitely needs to just be able to more effectively stay out of Saturn's way and get some good damage in. Because those roasters, if they did trades, Saturn is slowly gaining the lead. If they both trade grabs, not only does that fully buff up Saturn, but that's also another 20 damage. Even Saturn's rush is just better. But here we see Cog switching things up, going with the bird. And now that might be what Cog needs to get through this.
Saturn, a die-hard default player. I don't think I've ever seen him use custom arms.
What about the Tribolts in their last match?
I wasn't watching.
Oh, okay. Cog going to successfully pull off a grab and confirm a nice 6% health lead. gonna grab and get another successful grab and just start really bringing this back. Saturn might just be in a position where he might just want to let Cog take this so he can just have rush while Cog does not. Because if Cog does a couple more hits and then lands, they'll just both have rush here. Ends up dodging a few times, and Cog is going to successfully get rush. Sometimes thinking is hard. That is something I struggle with.
Yeah.
Tribal is just an altered retorture. He probably just got Mechanica to help him out. It's still totally default.
Definitely, yeah. No, I was spot on.
Cog starting
Beautiful.
off really strong, evading that rush, getting a couple of nice roasters in, and even getting another grab. Just keep himself in the game while still having rush ready, going to pop it off and get 280 damage.
Saturn kind of hanging back, not putting a lot of up-close pressure on. Now he tries to. Cog punishes him.
And Cog is just about ready to get rush. That said, if rush is the only thing that Cog is able to land, Saturn might be able to live through this.
He does land, and it does kill.
He is not able to sustain that as one random toaster was able to land just before this happened.
Whew.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's Cog taking this.
Yeah.
Which means that it's time for you to play with your friend.
Oh, is it time?
It is time.
Let us see. So Cog moving on over Saturn. Crocal and Riff. Let me refresh this, see if you guys played. They did not. Okay, so Crocal and Riff, you guys can play. I'm gonna play Phallus right now, and then Dart Remix and Frank, you guys will get in after.
Good luck, Scrims.
Why, thank you.
I will be cheering you on, of course. That said, I am technically on a team with Phallus now, and Phallus is really good, so...
Technically, yeah. But technically, you don't have to cheer for him.
Technically, I still see myself as an individual party that's just in agreement with others. Alright.
He uses a plethora of players.
He does.
So, I don't know. I'll just get out there and do it.
I feel like the Fun Chuck would be pretty good. Clapback's always a good option just to manage those gloves that might come up. And it looks like this is going to be a glove battle. You do want to be aware of that Chakram, though. Make sure you've got your Fun Chucks ready to save your ass.
They're out.
Yeah, we're good. We're good. I didn't say anything. Phallus going to start with just some light pressure, charging up right in front of Scrim's face, and is going to successfully get a strong grab there.
Keeps grabbing my ankles.
Speaking of grabs, Scrims goes in and is able to knock Phallus down, and is going to start using this position to just tower in and get some really good pressure with those Fun Chucks to try to discourage Phallus from charging.
Excuse me?
Tries
Why
to go
did
for a
that
grab,
miss?
ends up missing just by a bit, or potentially some other interferences.
Swamp Chick, you are insane. Thanks for the more bits. The more and more
Nice,
bits.
Swamp Chick! Phallus having a pretty good lead here, but Scrim's also in a position where as long as he's been playing smart and playing defensively, he could start bringing this back. Phallus able to find one more good shot in there and is able to cut down those dreams.
My dreams, they've been sliced.
Just like that body you once had.
Yeah. That got sliced.
Scrim's gonna start off pretty strong here, getting a nice clap back, getting a second one too, and just using that Fun Chuck to continue applying pressure.
Ooh, that comes out so fast.
Grim's doing a really good job with that Fun Chuck, getting a couple of chips in there, getting the rush to land for a full 270, and he hits Grim with the lead this time. Phallus just trying to find a way to slip in there, using those shield parries to kind of slip in. But Scrimps is going to continue applying a strong amount of pressure. Phallus does have rush, is going to land it, but Scrimps still has just a little bit of health here. And he's going to do everything he can. Pops his rush, is not going to have it successfully land, as Phallus still had that shield nice and ready. Scrimps really focused on trying to just evade and punish. Parrying with that Fun Chuck, dodging around, getting a good shot in. Phallus doing everything possible to prevent Scrimps from slipping in and getting that last hit, and is going to put him down. You almost had him.
So sneaky.
You almost had him.
Almost.
You can do it.
I'm here. I'm here. Of course, Swamp Chick, we love streaming. I know Malieve and I do.
It's addicting.
Yeah, I always
Which
have
is
fun.
fortunate, because if I'm gonna get paid, if I'm going to get addicted to something, I'd at least want it to be something that I'm potentially considering to be a career. So.
Yeah. The show. Yeah, you could have a career from playing or streaming. Maybe both.
Indeed. I'll just have to keep pushing for these dreams that I never thought would ever happen. And we're gonna see Scrimps change things up, going with the Fun Chuck and the Siki here. And he's going to quickly get punished by his own Siki. That said, this is a nice stage, and it might allow, provided Scrimps can find a good moment, he might be able to get something working. That said, Phallus does have that Chakram, can get around those pillars.
Oh, Swamp Chick! Thank you!
Hold on to your shrimp! This fight's about to get real intense. Phallus tries to go for a grab, but is stopped by the pillar. Scrimps is going to quickly respond with his own grab. Safely evades his own Siki as well, preventing himself from taking damage, but that landing is going to cost him, as Phallus is going to catch him and toss him out, hidden with a nice toaster. That said, if Scrimps can get this rush to land, or if Phallus can get this rush to land, either player can take the other down. Scrimps successfully knocks Phallus down with the explosion, catches Phallus, is not able to finish him off though. And now it's both players just have a couple more hits that needed.
Oh no.
Phallus catches Scrimps with the Chakram grab and is able to take him down. Once again, with just a few frames of health left. Scrimps changing up, going with double Fun Chuck now. Just all the defense, all the parry, all the pressure. Unfortunately, I'm not sure how well this is going to work, as Phallus is very experienced, at least, especially against matches like me, where I really go dig deep into the Fun Chuck. But with double Fun Chuck, this might actually work out well for Scrimps. We'll have to see how this continues though, because I have absolutely no idea.
I got a slight clue.
Oh yeah, it looks like Phallus has a pretty good lead here, and is going to close things out with one more Chakram.
Don't be sad for me, Bobber. I had zero expectation of beating Phallus, so
You
maybe
did
that's why I
amazing.
lost. To be honest, your fists are fast as hell.
Phallus has very fast fists. Phallus is very fast at fisting.
GG's, my man. Good to play again.
But yeah, you did stupendous against Phallus. Nice work.
Another L.
Oh, more bits!
Oh, what?
Swamp Trick and Crashing both with 300 bits.
What?
Woo!
You guys, thank you, Crashing. Thank you, Swamp Chick, for the bits. You guys are insane. All right, Bobbert. See you later, man. Yeah, Phallus, I'd like to run some more with you sometime. I picked a couple bad arms there, too. I think if I would have just stuck Clapback Funchuck, I would have been a lot closer.
Shrimps, would you be interested in, after this one, having Cog and Phallus go next? As Cog is going to need to disappear for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine with me. So this is our last match from round 2. Dart Remix versus Frank. The winner moves on to face Akio. And then we're in round 3, where we have 4 total matchups. Thanks, Cog. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, Phallus, I kind of have to rely on being weird, since I can't be more technically skilled than a lot of people. So I'm glad I at least made you play different.
Coming up with strategies that normally a lot of players aren't used to working around is still a very valid strategy. That is actually a great way just to work around a lot of what's going on. If you find something that's good in the meta, but isn't the meta, you can mess up a lot of people.
Yeah, like Scully.
Yeah! And now I'm trying to push that to be a little more recognized in the meta because that thing is so good.
Alright, Frank with an early lead. He's coming out Springman, putting the brass away for now. And Dart Remix with a double dragon over there. Very interesting. When he spawns that third arm, those beams go everywhere.
It's really easy to catch people when there's just so much pressure from so many dragons. Frank gonna go right over it though, and just get a really strong rush off. And a good uppercut to finish things off.
Frank running it in match 1, round 1.
Both players gonna dive straight back in. Dartamix switching over to the Funchuck, something that I personally feel is better suited to Coil than the Birdchuck that she starts with.
Whoa, Frank narrowly escaping that rush.
Narrowly evading that grab too, that was incredibly close.
Yeah, Frank with some major agility here.
Just all of these narrow dodges, so effective. And he's gonna
break
shield
shield.
break.
And only lands for 45, but he has a big lead.
And that knockdown is always a really good thing. Just, it might not be much damage, but it prevents Dartamax from being in a position where they can counter. And allows Frank to continue being in this position of dominance.
Frank with some nice mix-up on his deflect. But Dart's starting to land some shots. And misses another rush.
Frank's gonna safely get around, tries to punish it. Dartamax effectively counters that, but Frank is still gonna be in a position where he can just protect himself. And one more well-timed boomerang is going to take Dartamax down.
Oh my gosh, 500 bits from Swamp Chick saying go Frank. She loves the Springman main. Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, you're crazy. You're so generous.
Somebody's gotta love that Springman.
Yeah, somebody really loves Springman. And they love Henry. Ah, we love you too, Swamp Chick.
No you, Swamp Chick.
Swamp Chick's been around since the first ramen bowl, making a ruckus with her bits.
You can tell that too. Look at her bits badge. That thing is just absurd.
It's a monster. All right, and Dart Remix. Gonna have to adjust the gameplay a bit here. Staying with the dragon.
But changing things up with the Slap-O-Mander. I believe that was used in the first round of the last set. Getting some really good juggles here.
Yeah, the double dragon arm hit with both beams that time. That was really cool.
Such a well-timed grab too, giving Dart Remix a really good lead here. That's it.
Dart really showing some good movement. His dashes with the Slap-O-Mander are amazing.
Frank's incredibly powerful and his...
Whoa.
That was a movement.
That was so weird.
Look at that stretchy arm go.
I don't even know what to say about that.
I'll just say it was brilliant. Thumbs up. You can't see my thumbs? They're up. Frank Goon and Pop Rush is not able to get it to land. Dart Remix was able to effectively just slip out of there. Like a coin through the grates, just finding that little hole and getting out. Frank's starting to close in the gap, making it a lot harder for that dragon to be used effectively.
Great timing there from Frank. Got a little greedy, but it worked. He was able to knock out of the rush. Now he's got Dart in the Hot Pocket.
And not only just the Hot Pocket, but the corner of the Hot Pocket.
Yes, the hottest corner of them all. It's the corner where all the sauce dripped down. It's waiting to squirt on your chin.
Please filter us. Dart Remix able to start finding a way out of that corner that Frank really had going on. Is able to make some distance and finally it's starting to get a little bit of work out of that dragon. Unfortunately, doesn't have that much health to really work with, and Frank's going to use that to his advantage and close this round.
Great boomerang to end it there for Frank. He does feel quite comfortable with the boomerang. Hits again. Almost.
Nuts.
Dart Remix looking to keep space.
Going back to the Fun Chuck here. Trying to use it potentially just to be a little more defensive. And Frank
what a grab.
Going to catch that, just seeing that pattern, recognizing that it was that Dart Remix was going with the 1-2 shield, and just a grab from across the stadium, and Remix was not ready for it.
Oh, Frank whiffs the rush.
Just not going the right way. Was able to protect himself from that grab, but not much. Is able
Frank is going crazy with the deflect right now.
So much damage going out, being dished out by all these attacks too. Healthy 100s, solid 140s.
Dart's gonna trigger rush and miss. Dart in some serious danger now. Frank has a rush. Dart down to 1/8 of his health. That's gonna get it.
Dart invested way too much at that point. Should have probably been a little more patient, a little more slower. Kept their tried keeping their distance a little bit. Instead, went with the double attack, and Frank was just gonna catch that and shut things down. All right, can we get Phallus and Cog in here now?
Is
Sure.
Frank moving on.
Graham, I swear, you might not be there yet, but you're getting there. I can see you getting into the round 3 or semifinals pretty soon.
No, I honestly feel it too. I'm Swap Check, really? Another 300 bits? Oh my god! Me and Henry just want to thank you.
There's so much money!
Oh, you are a wonderful person. Thanks for the bits, Dart. But yeah, I feel it. I feel it. I'm not discouraged at all. I'm getting close.
I can't wait to see the day where Scrimps takes a tournament.
I know, right? I feel like the dashboard's not even the goal. I just want to get a tournament win.
There's a few ways to become popular. You'll do all of them.
All right. In the hot pocket. Oh my god. Swamp Chick with another 500 bits saying, send good karma to Evo players. We are sending them all our strength, Swamp Chick. Are you feeling it, Malieve?
I'm overwhelmed. I appreciate it, thank you.
She's feeling the strength.
Phallus demonstrating that strength, getting a really strong finish on this first round, and having Rush ready too.
Good rush from Phallus, 310, it's pretty high. He has that dragon arm now. The movement from Phallus, so quick.
So quick and agile, just ready to
Oh.
respond at any given
Did
moment.
he just backflip, kick, deflect that first rush part?
That
It
was
looked like he kicked and then punched. That was insane.
using an advanced, unknown technique of Min Min, known as the backflip kick. That thing that you basically never see anyone do. Phallus using it and actually doing it really well. Just like how people are trying to get Malieve to start using jump at the most key moments. Phallus knowing the exact time that that backflip is needed and using it well.
Oh yeah, Rifa said, oh, the kick. It must have been. Oh, and sending Mechanica love to Malieve.
What?
Beautiful. Thank
Why?
you so much, Swamp Chick.
Thank you.
She's just sending love to everybody going to Evo.
And that was Buster Beach, so we're just gonna do this behind the scenes.
And-
Sir Rosalina crying out to the gods because he'll have to face Rifa again. Cog switching it up to Springtron. Potentially, if he can find a time to get that EMP, that can balance him up against Phallus's just Dragon Arm. But if he can't find that moment, this might be an incredible struggle for him.
Cog trying to play more cautiously. The Springtron switch. It's gonna be interesting. Phallus just does not want to take the grab.
Just waiting out, seeing if Cog will do. Maybe trying to just set him up so that if it comes to it later, Phallus can just get a really nice grab. Like here! As Cog's just kind of been trained to sit there and wait with the shield, expecting Phallus not to go for a grab. At that one point where it was a good time just to shut things down, Phallus can just go for that grab.
Oh my god! 500 bits. Love Springtron. Devilman?
Devilman hype.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Devilman's the real deal. I love that you're in touch with our lore in the community.
Phallus using that backflip and to effectively parry a lot of the rush, and even almost going in for a punish from that. Phallus has a really good understanding of how Min Min works. Actually, at this point, I think Phallus might be one of the best Min Mins. Just seeing how Phallus is playing right now, using that footwork, using the backflips that you rarely see from any other character.
Yeah. Complete understanding of the game. Phallus can look this technical with a lot of different characters. I've seen it.
Just completely trained Cog to do what he really wants at this point.
And lands the uncharged toaster to finish. Phallus goes crazy. Oh my god, Swamp Chick. You are amazing.
So not only can Bobbert make it to Smash and Splash now, but I guess you can make it?
Yes, I can go to Smash and Splash.
Before you know it, all the Shroom Squad will be there. It'll be a crew battle against random other people.
Thank you, Swamp Chick. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow.
We get AM and JM.
Yeah, you gotta focus for me, because this is insane.
Yeah, I can't, I get the feeling. I remember when I got that one donation that basically helped me get to, that's going to help me get to Japan.
Yeah.
I almost had a panic attack. So can we get AM and JM, the two M's, to duke it out?
And with that last victory, Phallus has become our first semi-finalist. Gosh, cannot speak. Femi-finalist.
Yes, the Femi-Finals.
The Femi-finals are here.
Who's
that sounds like it hurts.
Femi-Finals.
It sounds like a medical procedure.
I wonder what it'd be for.
Hey, what's up, Defer?
Oh, I don't know what this is for.
Yeah, your boy Akio is in quarters, trying to get to semis, playing Frank the Tank. It's gonna be hype.
I will see you in 2 days, hopefully.
Hello from Japan, yes. I hope you're enjoying it out there, Defer.
Out of curiosity, Defer, do you know what time it is in your time right about now? Because if I did... Because I might want to try to slip by and watch Fight Club, and knowing what the time is where you are would make it easier for me to do that.
Oh, I see. No, Frank, I saw your name in challenge. I did. I saw it.
JM's sneaking off to go find more peas. He really likes those peas. Delicious.
Yeah, Rosa, he met Rep they had tea together. There's a picture on Twitter. It's delightful. That's the first time I saw my own teammate in Rep, who is another great Min.
By the way, Scrumps, I have a surprise for you.
You have a surprise for me?
I can't tell you about it, but I do have a surprise for you.
Oh, I can't take any more surprises. I might see it when you go to Japan?
When I make it... Hopefully everything's still going according to plan, and I properly make it to Japan. And if that does happen, you might see a nice surprise.
Oh, I like surprises.
We're gonna start off with AM going with Ribbon Girl again. Used to be a well-known Springman main, but has recently become a lot more reliant on Ribbon Girl and her activities or movements style approach.
I like the switch, I do, because there are a lot of Springmen, and I only know of maybe 3 or 4 Ribbon Girls. And with a player like AM, his skill level's high enough where he can probably play any character he wants. Oh, Defer has surprises from Evo as well. What is happening, you guys? What are you doing?
Oh no, I don't know what that surprise is. I'm scared. If it's a prize I have control over, I'm excited. If it's a prize I have no control over, then I'm very worried. But it's
JM Sneaky Snake.
JM doing a really good job here, like slowly whittling AM down, preventing AM from getting too many opportunities to get that damage in. Using that clapback to effectively just cause AM to slap himself.
That big, girthy clapback is much bigger than the one I use with Helix. Oh, beautiful. JM purposely exposes himself from behind the shield, making AM think he has a lane, and then no.
Just kind of casually nudged him with the clapback into the path of the popper. I'm going to start off pretty good, effectively evading and blocking that rush. Put himself in a position where if he can land this rush, be in a good lead. But JM is starting off pretty strong and already has a decent lead.
JM just so patient, constant mix-ups, coming in with the popper, backing out away from AM.
And you can see JM already almost has rush again. Not even been 30 seconds.
And now he has it. AM's in a corner. Double rush, and the clapback will win that. Oh, but he lands. AM alive. Not anymore. The popper catching him on the way out.
Popped him right out of that life. And I'll just fix that.
Oh, Defer, you're gonna stream the bar tournament too?
Ooh!
Sick. Ooh, yeah. And Akio, that's awesome you're restreaming it, man. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be watching that on your stream. It's 6 p.m. Thursday in the US. Okay, thank you, Swamp Chick.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, I was wondering that. Alright, and JM, no changes. JM Japan still going with this set. And it's AM who lands first this time. Strong Snake.
Strong Snake brings it back and gives AM a bit of a lead. But AM is going to quickly get another blow in and balance things out.
Oh, and Canada cannot trap him in the Hot Pocket. Oh, AM narrowly missing that rush. The slithery snake.
Speaking of slithery, did you just see how AM effectively evaded that grab?
By being slippery?
Yes. Slippery as a ribbon.
Beautiful. Oh my.
That was brutal.
Whoa. 430.
That was so brutal.
Whoa. Did you see he was so close to AM on the first part of the rush that the clapback climbed the wall?
I didn't see that.
It went at like a 90-degree angle straight up in the air.
That is intense.
It had nowhere to go, just making a sandwich.
These tournaments are really difficult, Zion. And there's a lot of really good players in here. Don't feel too beat up if you're not able to progress too far. I'm not joking when I say, like, these players are, a lot of them are the cream of the crop.
Yeah, absolutely.
And only half of the players get to make it into this final bracket. So if you don't make it into it, that's it just...
You certainly shouldn't feel bad, especially with a randomized group. Like, some of you guys got put in groups with 3 players in the top 200. Like, there's very little hope for anybody in any field for that to be a victory. So just try and learn from it. Download some movements.
And then once you get into the final section, then it's literally just players that really know what they're doing. Maybe a couple that are still picking up a trick or two, but for the most part, everybody generally has pretty solid fundamentals. Speaking of which, we see AM effectively using the double glove loadout to take JM down for a round.
Both players trying to get a good read, and an excellent rush there from AM. JM wasn't expecting it.
AM also finishing off with the appropriate arm, getting that nade explosion damage instead of something a little bit less like the roaster.
Wow. AM narrowly avoiding multiple hits. Interesting.
Waiting that out. And we see that clapback still doing some really good work against AM, but AM's still able to find ways around it, just like Akio said in chat. Ribbon Girl is a character that generally can find her way around something like a clapback, as she has a lot of verticality. She's really good at moving her position and finding a way to get into a spot where she can get some more work going. Is
Nice,
not
Canada.
able to get that rush to land. A cool boomerang to the face. Or to the thigh.
Canada's gonna break. Nope. Only 30 damage. Wise from AM. AM getting a little grab happy.
As long as AM can protect himself for the next 5 seconds, they could take a solid 1 or 2 hits and they'll take the set.
Very smart from AM. Does not attempt to hit JM because he was coming after him with the clapback. And AM has tied this thing.
Just a reminder to anybody who does feel like they don't get enough of an opportunity to play against some of the top end players, reach out in the community. There's a lot of people out there who love just sparring. I'm
Yes,
always
this is
haunted
a
by the
fact.
idea, but you could probably just go to Resolve and be like, hey, do you want to fight for a little bit? There's a lot of cases where he'll just shrug and be like, sure.
Yeah. Sparring ring. I would assume this would give an advantage to JM Canada. When I use clapback here, I love it.
It does work really well here, just because there's so little room to work around it, especially when somebody's in the center like JM is right now.
Oh
AM
yeah,
is
this
as
is bad news for AM.
As cornered as you could get. Snail trapped in its shell.
Whoa. Whoa, strong snake. And JM ends it quickly. My goodness.
That wasn't even the clapback that did the final blow. AM would have lived through that. It was actually the slap-a-manner that AM had thrown at the last moment. And we see AM switching over to double roasters now. I would think that roaster nade would be a really good option still in this scenario, but clearly AM has something else in mind. And we see it working pretty well as AM is able to get a couple of really nice hits in there. And does have a bit of a lead. That said, JM does have the advantage with Rush and is going to successfully land most of it.
It seems to me like AM, when he's having success, he's playing just like Springman without a deflect. And when JM gets the advantage, it's usually AM being too aerial.
There's something that I'm kind of thinking about too. I've recently just had the thought. While you're shielding and taking the hits from Rush, you can technically pop Rush during that moment. And especially if you have something like a glove ready at that point, you could... A lot of players like to respond quickly, coming out of shield with a grab or with a quick swing or two. JM gonna
Next
take
hit.
that.
Yeah, they were both one hit away. JM boldly getting up and immediately shooting Popper.
I feel like it would be a really good strategy, especially if you had like a nade or a roaster or something at hand. You could potentially like pop Rush just around the end of their rush as they're about to throw the last blow, so you don't have to have that load up, and then you just throw out a couple of really quick hits before they can even recover. I'll have to test that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many mix-ups with the clapback, it's astounding.
And yeah, maybe I'll test that while I'm at Evo because I don't really have much of a chance at this.
Alright, so JM moving on to the semifinals. He will play the winner of Rifa and Sir Rosalina.
Honestly,
Waiting on them now.
so far, all of these matches, especially the ones that are going to be coming up to the Femifinals, sounds
The Femifinals.
is gonna be good.
Swamp check!
More bits!
Ah! Thank you!
Shout out to Zion, the greatest.
Oh, Jet, the greatest. Thank you, Henry, for monitoring this stream, sir.
I don't know why you want to Buster Beach is not even here. It's Temple Grounds. It's good. It's good. You're good. And we see Sir Rosalina going in with a character that recently he's been picking up, which is Mechanica. For a while, he was one thing. He's slowly been trying out a bunch of other characters, just learning what really works with him, what might be... language. Learning how to understand each and every character and possibly using that in future matchups, even as against that character. And right now, we've got Big Shaq running around with Mechanica. And also, not a Mechanica to laugh at either. Rosalina has a really good Mechanica, climbing up pretty high in the dashboard just with this character alone.
Swamp Chick, oh my goodness. You are a woman possessed, and I love you for it. Thank you so much.
This is wonderful. Rifa, though, demonstrating that he has a very strong understanding of how this matchup works against most opponents, and is able to quickly take Rosalina down in the first round. Just getting those really light pokes, getting those freezes in with the Ice Dragon. Both players with Rush ready. That Ice Dragon going to successfully land to get not all the damage, but a meaty chunk.
Rifa really only needs to watch out for the Slamamander. If he can avoid that, he's really not in any danger of being hit.
Except for that.
Well, except on a rush, yeah. But his quickness is just too much for this Megawatt.
And as long as he's focusing on keeping it uncharged, that Megawatt's going to stop a couple hits. But as we saw there, like 1 or 2 pieces can still just really poke through. And that
oh my god.
Quickly burns through Sir Rosalina.
Rifa, oh my goodness. Swamp Chick with another 500 bits for the Evo players. Oh my god.
Swamp Chick, how? Swamp Chick is literally just... the swamp that Swamp Chick is in isn't an actual swamp. It's just muddy.
You. It's just, yeah. Oh my god. Thank you. Swamp! Swamp!
My ticket's ready.
Your ticket to Japan is ready?
Yep. I absolutely love Rifa's loadout. It does so many things and is so capable of working really well against so many opponents.
Jet, I might cry. No shame, man. Are you serious?
If you cry, Trims, I'm gonna be so jealous.
Well, I'm not actually gonna cry, but I do. I feel the feels, Swamp Chick. I feel the feels.
If you cry, I'm gonna be really jealous.
What are emotions? Give me them.
I demand them. Give them to me, He-Man. I wish to cry.
For it has been years. The well is dry.
The last tear I had was when my fish died 200 years ago. Rosalina doing a lot better here. Switching out that Megawatt for the Popper. Trying to get that Coolerang to work.
Imagine that. Take out one of the slowest for one of the quickest, and you're seeing success. It's the same reason I can't use a shield arm against most Ninjaras. They're just too quick.
And we see that quickness reward Rifa with one more quick grab, finishing off Rosalina. I should get
Phallus, he has been using this set for a long time. Dedication. Love it.
It's refinement. He's found what works for him, and now he's just slowly learning how to use it against everyone until it's quite literally impossible to stop.
Oh, Rifa lands a rush 325. That is just about as big as it gets with that loadout. Oh man, I missed the sound of a Tri-Blast against a heavy character. That click, crunch, boom.
It
And they
hurts
just
me
keep
so much
standing.
to hear, but it's also so satisfying to hear just all the little chips stacking together.
Yeah. Big Shaq not giving up. Rifa's trigger and rush. That's going to hit. And that is it. What's up, Molly? Yeah, just DM me in Discord if you got a Smash and Splash question. Bop, bop, ba-da, bop. Let's see what's up next.
We have Akio versus Frank.
Rifa moves on to the semis to fight JM Canada. And now it is the FIA boy, Akio, versus Frank, the tank. I will not be saying your new name, Frank.
We haven't seen too many Springmans as of late. Like, there's a couple that are popping up here and there, but most of them have started to move on, I feel like. Like, Resolve is one of the most dominant ones. I know Sophia's still around. And there's a Defer, obviously. There's a lot of them, but it's, in these Mega League Mondays, I don't... When was the last time we saw a Springman in the semifinals?
Probably Vertical Hunger.
Yeah.
Like 3 MLMs ago. It's been a while. And it's sure been a while since we saw a Twintel as well.
Indeed. A lot of those people, you know why? It's because they've all been pulled into teams and now they're all going to Japan.
Alright.
All us lesser players, the Mechanicas, the Ribbon Girls, we've got to play around with these small events and be like, we're special too.
Frank versus Akio. Here we go.
Akio going with double Sparky here. And starting off with a nice little stun into a good grab. It's a small detail that you generally don't notice in this game, but I really like how everybody's grabs are connected with the character and their theme. Ribbon Girl has the little ribbon on hers.
Yeah, the art and the music in this game is so complete. It really makes a whole universe. It feels really good. Oh my god, Swamp Chick, another 400 bits, says, go Frank, she wants the Springman to win.
Let's cheer on the Springman. I'm going to be cheering on Akio. I always love a good Ribbon Girl. I also love Frank.
Yeah, I have too much love for Fia, too much love for Frank. I can't cheer.
I'll cheer for a good match.
Oh, Frank with a good defensive rush, but doesn't hit at
Akio
all.
effectively evading it and then disabling an arm and being rewarded with a nice punch.
And this is actually the first I'm seeing out of the double Sparky from Akio. I've seen the double nade, I've seen some creative sets. The Sparky, a very interesting glove that not many people use.
Speaking of creative sets, Frank's got a boomerang popper going on.
And it worked.
It worked really well.
The popper, one of the best weapons, well, a good weapon to use against Ribbon Girl. And the boomerang will also help keep him in place a little bit more.
Akio switching things up, going with that Slapamander now. Something that'll more effectively handle that boomerang. Along with that Sparky, probably just a really good setup. And we're going to see it successfully land rush with 285 damage.
They both land.
And we see the final pillar being used for everything it's worth. Just Akio trying to hide behind it, trying to stay relatively close to it. Just so, if needed, Akio is able to use it. Ends up tossing Frank like a salad, but accidentally breaking that pillar in the case. I don't know why I always say, when I see Ribbon Girl toss something, I always say it's like a salad.
Oh, I thought you said taunt. I was like, how do you taunt like a salad?
Salad taunts.
And Akio is going to even this up. What's up, TMO? Good to see ya. And Swamp Chick says, sweet, for the Frank win. And 210 more bits. Thank you, Swamp Chick.
Now without any pillars, it's a little bit more of a toss-up as to who I think would have the advantage. I'd probably say Frank. The open area does allow Accio to more effectively evade these attacks, which we see there, as Accio just definitely denies Frank any damage, not even armor chip.
Yeah, Accio staying really sneaky. The problem he's having is getting inside and punishing Frank. He's avoiding arms, but he's not putting himself in a position to take advantage of those avoided arms, and there Frank does just that. There's Accio landing a long-range slap.
And now it's Frank ready with Rush again, and with a decent health lead. Also, Accio does not have much of his Rush, so if Frank was to pop his relatively quickly, he might be able to get his charged up before Accio was able to get theirs.
Yeah. Oh, and he's gonna
Gets a
hit
bit.
for only 45 damage. Now Accio on the verge of getting his own Rush. 20 seconds remain and HP is dead even.
Even armor chip would be a deadly thing for Frank.
Yep.
And now Frank is behind.
now down. Yeah. Accio clearly trying to pressure, get within range for this Rush. And he'll hit.
Just barely lands it.
Man, and Accio comes away with the first match.
Arms, the only game where top player tags are like Jared, Frank, Henry.
That was sweet crushing. Ultimate Killer XXX Beast.
Aw. But we need an Ultimate Killer, the Triple X Beast. Why don't we have one of the Phallus? Can you change your tag to that?
I mean, we have some really good names in this community. Oh my god!
Marvins!
600 bits for a Springman win!
Doing everything
Holy
she can
crap.
to inspire Frank to do this!
Yes! Go, Frank, you must win now!
Swamp Trick trying to fill Frank with determination.
And bits! Thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Accio able to get a stun, not able to follow it up with the grab. I'm noticing him. Frank gonna successfully get a really nice roaster hit in there. A second one too, giving himself just a really solid lead in health. A wonderful third shot in there as well. Just getting shot after shot with that roaster really helped keep him in a really good position. Even with Accio getting that rush for its full effect, that only tied them up.
Ooh, sick timing on the grab from Frank. Accio was not careful, threw out both of his arms, and Frank using that rush.
While this cost him his rush for the next round, it did just give him a round, which means that he can focus on setting up for the final round if he so desires.
Ah, there's Nbeard. Nbeard, thank you so much for your help on getting Red and Guard to Smash and Splash. I appreciate you very much, my friend.
Boy, Nbeard!
It's Frank with the only damage done so far.
This is only round 3, Bobbert.
Yes. It is on the screen now.
Frank's
Oh my god. Swamp Chick.
These rush punishes are just madness. Both players really good at just evading those gloves and just getting the Slap-O-Mander, getting that boomerang, one or the other, just always slipping it around the corner and knocking the other out of the... It's getting really clear that these players need to be very specific with their rushes, as it's actually getting to the point where it might just be a mistake to ever use rush.
Oh, Frank. Gonna clean it up there. Pretty dominant performance in the second round. And Frank will be moving on.
Woo! Spring! My favorite quote. They're actually tied up right now.
Oh, RIP, what I said.
We got one more for both sides. And we're gonna be
Okay,
facing
this is it.
DNA.
This is it right here. It's going down.
right here, right now. The real deal.
Swamp Chick still loving the Spring Man with another 300 bits. You are a wild person, and I love it. Akio going back. Double Sparky.
Frank sticking with that roaster boomerang. It's been really working out well for him. Well,
Yeah, I thought initially it was the popper that was having great success, but it really, the key is the boomerang.
using that roaster to effectively just protect himself and apply pressure allows him to get some really good shots in with the boomerang. That also said, it's not the boomerang that's doing all the work. There's a lot of cases where Frank just times it, catches those reads well, and is able to get 3 or 4 hits with the roaster in a row. And that's a lot of damage, especially from something like the roaster.
Oh, a little dual action here, and Akio's gonna come out on top. A fresh start.
Two gloves are will triumph against a glove and the boomerang. Frank did a really good job though, and was able to even get a little bit of a his rush, keeping things a little even for him.
Akio picking up the pace here on his dodges, trying to put in some more mix-ups. Frank staying patient, just standing in the middle of the stage. All Frank's trying to do is time when Akio's landing to get that hit in.
Find that great moment to get in there.
Oh,
Akio
what timing!
going to catch him with that rush.
Does Frank have enough time? I don't think so.
No, he's just
What?
gonna wait it out. He's gonna try to prevent Akio from charging up too much.
Well, he should have walked towards him if he was trying to prevent charge.
I'm not sure which would be more, because a solid hit, especially to finish off, might be worth a lot of rush. We should probably actually look into that.
Yeah, I'm sure about that actually. Oh, Frank's mission.
That rush, unfortunately, did not work out for him. And now we've got Akio at a little bit of a dominant position, having the high ground, having more health, and getting rushed ready just about. That said, Frank isn't too far away either, and might be able to get his rush to pop up a little bit before Akio's, if he can prevent her from getting to a position. Not able to. Akio decides to use rush, gets him stuck in a corner.
Yeah, Akio showing some dominance in this match and starting to be really consistent with his rushes landing. That's been the big difference here.
It has.
And escapes that one.
Was struggling to get them to land for their full effect.
Yep.
He even went for a grab and ended up missing it just by a little bit off of read.
That was fast work from Akio, and Frank now has his buff down to about 1/8 of his HP. There's the stun, and magic pixel time.
And he's back in the corner. If he's not careful at all, this can be curtains for him. And here it comes.
Frank's gonna block the rush. He almost has a rush of his own back.
He's going to need a couple of straight up hits and that rush.
Yep, and he misses rush. So that is that. Akio, your winner.
That was thrilling.
Yeah, I mean, the matchup says that Springman's supposed to win. Yeah, Frank. If anyone knows about missing rushes, it's me.
There were so many missed rushes from both players. They both did a really good job of punishing just up to that little point where Akio started to get the hang of the thing.
So Akio moves on to the semifinals to face off against Phallus, but first up, JM Canada and Rifa. What should be a thrilling match. What rank are these boys? JM's 10, 11. Oh, that's the Japanese leaderboard. JM's 11. And Phallus is 18 on the other side. Rifa, where art thou? 168. Okay. Nice. Very intriguing.
And we're going to have them both go off straight into the our first semifinals match. Rifa sticking with that Tri-Blast, the Ice Dragon. JM Canada going with the Popper, sticking with that beautiful clapback of his. And Rifa's going to start off pretty strong, getting a couple of nice hits in with the Tri-Blast. And that platform is already down. Not even 20 seconds in, and no platform. Which is...
Rifa is about to have his rush already.
And he's got it ready.
And he pushes him onto the trampoline. Well done, Rifa.
Just knowing that he was in that position. This is going to be a really hard match for JM, as Rifa's already been rewarded with a couple of hits on JM, destroying that platform. And now JM just really has to work to keep close in that distance. He gets 150 off of the rush, which is going to be very important if he wants to bring this back. JM effectively using that trampoline, just keeping his momentum going, making himself a hard target. But now if he gets too close, Rifa's going to easily capitalize on that.
An incredible comeback by JM, but he gets sniped there in the end.
And we're gonna see if any of the players change their loadout. JM putting that clapback down. Going with the Coolerang. And JM making a pretty risky move here, as that trampoline pretty much prevents him from being able to evade that rush. Maybe just wanting to take it so he can continue on with the fight.
Yeah, I'm not sure. All I know is this stage is definitely advantageous for Rifa.
Especially with how things are going right now.
Great rush. Oh, 300. Could have had more. But now JM has Rifa trapped. Chooses to stay on the trampoline, and he's going to get hit by that dragon. Now closing down the pressure. Rifa has his rush. JM's got to be careful here. Oh, Rifa gets up and goes for the grab.
The angle of that rush prevents Rifa from effectively being able to use rush to take JM down.
Oh, next hit wins. And Rifa's gonna burn his rush trying to get the kill shot and doesn't do it. Now JM uses his rush and doesn't do it. Rifa around the side.
Oh, he just almost pinched him with the dragon. You can see it was just activating.
I can't believe that didn't hit him. I thought that was a double KO for sure.
That feels like it would have, in so many worlds, been a double KO.
Oh, that hurts.
That said, it only makes a difference if Rifa is not able to close this out. We see JM starting off pretty good, getting a lot of damage in there, putting Rifa in a lot more tighter of a position than he was previously. That Coolerang actually working out a lot better than I would have expected.
Definitely. It's a change in playstyle too with him taking the clapback off. He just couldn't keep it on, couldn't justify it against the Ice Dragon, especially on this stage. And a good rush here from JM, that's going to get it done.
And he brings it back and successfully takes Rifa down.
Sick nasty from JM. Very nice.
Get Mausoleum out of there.
So JM up 1-0. Maliv has taken Mausoleum out. Thank you much.
And Sparring Ring is now our next stage. And from here, JM sticking with the Popper and Coolerane. Rifa gonna stick with his loadout. Works really well for him, but not sure how it's holding up against that Coolerane. See a bit of arms trading, and it looks like JM is going to come out on top with it.
Rifa staying super patient with that shield there. Pays off for him. Uh-oh. It's corner time. Strong Snake goes for a grab, and Rifa makes him pay 235. Now he's back in the corner. Dead even here. JM trying to hunt him down, get in position for this rush.
But Rifa's gonna push back. JM able to get Rifa pushed straight into the corner there.
325, big ol' rush. Now just needs a hit to win it. But Rifa now just needs a hit to win it as well. And Rifa's gonna get it. Oh, the double KO! Yes! So hype. Don't tell Rifa you can't use an Ice Dragon on Sparring Ring.
He's a strong case to make me want to try Ice Dragon on Sparring Ring, to be honest. And now we have both characters, or both players, about equal health, both with Rush ready as well. And Rifa's going to pop his first, just out of reach of getting that shield break.
JM attempting to go for the grab bait. Rifa getting out of there. Oh, and knocks him out of Rush.
Punishing.
Wow, Rifa hit after hit. JM gets another grab in. He's got some work to do. Rifa has a rush. Gotta be flawless here from JM. And Rifa gets him. That Tri-Blast, quick.
One tiny little poke right into the gut. It's going to take JM down. And we're going to see JM switch back to the clapback and use it to safely protect himself from that rush.
I think it's a good decision on this stage. You can really be an enforcer with the clapback. You don't need a good matchup on this stage. Like, whenever I see a dragon or an ice dragon, that's a big no-no for a shield arm. Because they're pretty much, especially the clapbacks, almost useless against a dragon.
Rifa's actually doing a really good job continuing to manage around that clapback. JM is in a position where his shield is weak and is going to safely stay out of that rush. Not able to punish, but keeping his arm intact and his health pool is also very important. And that one last explosion is going to take JM down.
Rifa able to tie it up. We are going to a third round for these two. Much excite, I like.
Very hype.
Very hype, how much? Saturn talking about his amendment rights and it says I'm Canadian.
Saturn is free of the rights. Just does whatever he wants. And we're gonna go over to Temple Grounds now. While this is the home of MissAngo, I'd probably say it's more fitting to say this is the home of Rick.
Yes, he is very good here. The slithery snake is a beast as well. JM Canada turning up the heat.
Starting off with some incredible pressure.
Oh, Rifa, you clean man.
Tries to go for a grab across the stadium, is not able to get it to land.
Rifa is being so sneaky with his movements, his decisions to try and grab between poles. Has Canada down to a quarter health already.
These pokes, they're just so powerful and so well timed. Effectively evades most of that rush. JM going to get a perfectly timed end-aim Slap-O-Mander though for 165.
Oh, magic pixel time for JM and the grab from Rifa. Holy moly, good read.
Shutting him down with a powerful blow. Rifa gonna start off with a really powerful rush, going in for almost 400 damage.
Massive.
And unfortunately, that arm is knocked down just before JM has his rush ready, so there's no hope of really disabling it and taking advantage of that opportunity. But Rifa does have a lot of damage as well, and getting this rush to land as it does is going to give him a possibility to take this. That said, if Rifa lands his rush, this very much will be the end of JM.
Whoo, JM clutched it. All right, so we're going third match, third round to decide the winner here.
A final!
In the semifinal.
Yes.
Oh, the pineapple grab from Rifa starting off with big damage.
And a chill as well. Followed up by
and a rush.
That 365 damage.
Look at the health on JM Canada, down to a quarter already. And Rifa with the grab.
And JM resigned.
JM has resigned.
He just wants those hugs.
Wait, guys, what did Ralna do? I saw a bunch of tweets and stuff pop up. Ralna, what did you do?
What happened?
Oh, Canada said he's not playing in that lag.
There was lag?
Okay. We'll go to Discord for a moment.
And we're just gonna quickly check up on this, see what might be going on.
Yeah. Just give us a moment here. Do I still sound like a robot, Maleef?
Try talking again?
I am not a robot.
You still sound robotic.
Oh, man. Alright, we're just gonna move on. Rifa gets the win there. So, let's take a peek at what we have on the bracket left.
Where did you bring it up, JM? In Twitch chat? Or I didn't see you say anything in Discord.
Yeah, he mentioned it in Twitch chat like right away, but it's okay. He said it's not a cash prize tourney or anything, so he's fine. I would love for there to not be lag, guys, but we're aware that it's not necessarily the person's fault. It's more the region's fault, or Nintendo's fault, I guess we could say. So we just power through it. Sorry, it was poopy for you, JM. But Phallus and Akio coming up next. Let's get those two in here, please. There's Akio.
Bobber inviting his friends to join him in the salt. Such a nice guy.
Okay, yep. All right, on to the next semifinal.
Now this is going to be a
Akio.
really interesting fight. When's the last time you saw a Ribbon Girl fight a Min Min?
1943.
I don't even remember it. So this will probably be one of the first times in a very long while I'm going to be seeing this, which is going to be pretty exciting. I don't know how the matchup goes. I do know both of the players are very skilled though, and we see a lot of footwork, a lot of slight movements, very precise.
Oh, the double chakram there from Phallus. So under control.
Not even making any strong movements, just kind of sitting down, waiting, and being ready. That chakram
This
is
is-
just...
Oh my god,
Disgusting.
Phallus. Whoa. Did my Switch just die?
Oh,
Are you there? Malia?
I'm here.
Okay, the stream is still up. My Switch.
Oh yeah, you disconnected. Terry describing the fight. So we've got Phallus switching over to the chakram, just charge it up with the dragon arm. Akio stuns with the Sparky, pops off rush, is able to get about 200 damage. Phallus responds with the dodge and a grab, getting that chakram arm ready again, and is going to start getting a couple hits in, knocks Akio down, and is going to start trying for that chain. Akio jumps away from it and starts trying to respond with a handful of Sparky throws. Phallus going to very specifically move out of the way and get another chakram hit in there, and now going to pop rush and finish off Akio to take this set.
Wah. So yeah, let's remember that now with the new split layout, I still have to put some inputs in the controller. My console will go to sleep.
Noted.
That was crappy. All right, we back.
I hope you all enjoyed my small burst of just explanation. I hope you all understood what was happening there.
I know I enjoyed it. It's wonderful.
Great, Helix, we have Maleef narrating everything. Yes. And we're gonna move things over to DNA Lab. In the previous stage, Phallus was able to really quickly just corner Akio and prevent him from doing much. Here we can hopefully see Akio have a little bit more breathing room and possibly get a little more work in there. You don't really need to worry too much about your Switch going to sleep as long as you pick up your controller. That's usually enough sense for it to be like, oh, I should stop being in sleep mode.
Yeah. Phallus, again, so commonly he'll attack, and on his opponent's get up, he'll just stand completely still.
Not worrying about charging, just making sure that he's in as much of a ready position as he can be. Doesn't need to get the other arm charged, he just wants that chakram charged up.
He is standing there menacingly.
It's very menacing. Akio going to pop rush, is not able to get it to land. Able to get a little bit of damage in with that slap emitter, but nothing that's really able to just knock down that dragon arm. It's just small chips here and there, and then Phallus is just back swinging that chakram. And if Akio cannot knock that dragon arm down, it's not going to look very pretty from here.
Another grab in for Phallus. Akio in the corner. There's the rush triggered. And that'll do it. Phallus taking it. He does. He stands there menacingly. He really does.
And now, while we don't see Min Min very much, Min Min is a very powerful character. I'm actually surprised we don't see any Min Mins compete in Mega League Monday too often. Generally, though, it's like Phallus is one, and it's a wonder that Phallus is able to successfully stick around for this because time zones.
Yeah, him and Riffa are both German. So we have an all-German final today.
Germany hype! And just a reminder, this is a best of 5. So,
Yes.
the winning player needs to be able to claim 3 rounds off of their opponent. Riffa sticking with his ever classic. Alice going with the Chakram Toaster. And Riffa's starting off really strong, getting a couple of really nice shots in, keep preventing Phallus from getting too close. But we're seeing Phallus just kind of closing that distance now. And it's going to be really hard for Riffa to get out of here, just because of the giant girth of that. Gets a stun into a grab and is now out of that danger zone. Phallus quickly charges up another Chakram though. It's another stun. And that pillar is going to prevent a lot of chip damage. But both players still pretty equal in health. Riffa effectively evading the rush as well, except for 30 damage, which essentially balances out that bit of chip damage that Phallus took.
Riffa with another Tri-Blast. Phallus hanging in. No. Poked. Riffa takes round 1.
Poke that body to the floor. Albert making a pretty good point. Phallus really uses that Chakram as a punishing tool, especially at that close range. It's so great at just kind of swinging in there and getting a really good punish for a player making a mistake such as a poorly timed evade.
Oh, another grab from Riffa. Now Phallus counters back. The rush from Phallus gonna land for a big old 310. Riffa down to a quarter health.
Riffa not even going to try to respond to that with his rush, as his would just be outweighed by so much. Tries to go for his rush, is not able to have it connect.
Phallus cannot get through that broken arm. Riffa now one hit away. Phallus finishes it off.
And quite a mirror of the previous round where Riffa had pretty much that exact same amount of health in that position and was able to take Phallus down.
Phallus very patient, catching Riffa with his arms out on a grab. Now in the corner here. Phallus fearless, going for the hit.
Positioning himself in a way that even with that being countered by the rush, he's still in a spot where he could just safely evade the rest of the rush.
Riffa with a nice grab. Pretty substantial lead here. Not insurmountable for Phallus. Riffa with rush, he's gonna use it. And the block. Okay.
Not able to get that shield break. With a little bit more pressure though, or a good aim, he might be able to get Phallus in a position.
Woo.
Goes for the grab instead
Woo.
and is able to take him down for the first set.
Really spicy. Sheesh.
Every time I see a Ninjara in action, he just makes me want to swap over. Rifa's so good with him, and so many of the matchups I struggle with, it just seems like those are matchups that he's generally pretty competent in.
Yeah.
That also said, he struggles in a lot of the matchups I just crushed, so...
Well, it'd be perfect to have both.
Yeah!
In a game where players usually only switch weapons, you can switch character.
I can switch everything.
Switch it all.
I can Nintendo Switch.
Oh!
ProCal, there's actually been a lot of donations for Redengard, so he can make it to Smash and Flash.
Oh yeah.
Lots of donations today.
It's been great.
Phallus going to catch that, try to punish it, but Rifa is going to safely get out of the way. Not able to evade most of that rush though. We see Phallus do a little bit of a dance too.
Oh, and the grab, so purty.
The face. Did you see the face Ninjara was making?
Probably a painful face.
It looked so derped. He kind of looked a little happy.
He was so derpy, he was happy.
It was such a beating that his brain just kind of shut off for a moment. That said, Rifa's going to start off pretty strong here, backed into a corner, but we've seen Ninjara demonstrate the fact that he can be in a corner and still excel.
Wow, Phallus! Goodness gracious.
Rifa trying to catch that grab punish. Phallus was very well aware that that might be the opportunity that Rifa was looking for and just kind of shields it out.
Yeah, Bobbert, Phallus's mind games on Wake Up are wild. He literally just stands there a lot of the time. Well-timed rush, wow. And that's gonna clean it up.
And that's now both players 1-1.
Yes, it is 1-1 in this best of 5. I respect it so much. Yeah, I respect it too. Phallus says GG's, and they're right back in. This time to Buster Beach.
Now we're going to have to see how the Hot Pocket and that table really work with two players, especially with the interactions in this match. We're going to start with a little bit of a lead with a solid chain of attacks. Getting another Tri-Blast in there. Both players moving at impeccable speeds. It's almost impossible just to keep up with what's going on with how quickly they're both just moving around.
Rifa is making it rain from a distance. I don't know what Phallus should do here. He goes for that Tri-Blast and blowing it up in Rifa's face. Well, he's certainly not giving up.
Slowly starting to bring things back. Gets
Uh-oh.
the to grab. And now if Phallus pops rush, Rifa will be down.
Oh, he evades it. Oh, not all of it though. Phallus still has a chance. Pop goes the Weasel. Rifa hits with that Tri-Bolt.
Chakram could not save Phallus in that state, and Rifa was able just to take him down. And now Rifa has full rush, Phallus empty on rush. This is a great moment for Phallus just to swoop in there and gets 385 damage on his rush.
Sheesh.
That's a pretty healthy lead.
Genulot, thank you so much for the host. Thank you everybody coming in. We are in the finals here in MLM 19. Grotopia squad. Hey, I didn't call you that this time.
And Rifa's got Phallus down low on health, just applied so much pressure, doing so much work. There is something on my mind, but I'm not bringing it up because that could potentially jinx. And he gets a perfect!
Woo, Rifa! perfect in the finals.
I couldn't say I knew it would jinx it, so I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, you definitely would have jinxed it. So now Rifa up 2-1. And Bandbuster. And then we will come back. Yeah, you did come back to a perfect art. Genulot, thank you so much for the host. As always, I do appreciate you. Hope you guys had fun tonight. What did you stream tonight? Just gonna ask so that I don't assume this time.
Pokemon.
You guessed Pokemon?
Yeah.
I have my guess, but I'm probably right.
I guess potato. And
Potato. It was Growtopia, yep.
nice. And we're finding ourselves back in Sparring Ring, the place that Phallus was able to get that one win. We might see a repeat of that with Phallus being able just to take another win and bring this to 2-2.
Yes, this is a must-win set for Phallus. He could afford to lose a round, but I'm sure he wouldn't want to.
He can afford to lose one round, but if he lost that one round, he's in a position where if he loses one more, he's just out.
He's done for. And nobody wants that pressure. Phallus. Whoa.
Rifa going to dodge into the rush and take a couple of hits. And Rifa gonna catch Phallus in the air. Not even worrying about that deflect. Just waiting for Phallus with his open arms.
Oh, and Phallus. The patience on this man is just bewildering to me. For him to get up in somebody's face and then just stand there. They both connect. Rifa has landed a ton of uncharged Tri-Bolt pokes, or Tri-Blast pokes tonight.
And he's going to catch that use of the Chakram to punish Phallus for a strong... I didn't see the number of damage, but it was
It was
lots of
335, it was big.
That's... Pretty much all of Rifa's rushes are just really good right now. All of them doing a decent amount of damage. It looks like either Phallus is waiting for that momentum to start going in his favor before he pops rush, or he's just gonna save it for the later.
He gets another Chakram grab in. Rifa's in another corner. And well done there from Phallus.
That doesn't
won't finish.
Rifa, but we're just about done, I think.
Rifa can get his rush. Oh, he gets the
Rifa
grab!
gets the grab!
Oh, magic
Now they're-
pixel time, boys!
Double pixels!
And double KO!
Double KO!
Yes! Oh, hype! Oh!
I don't know why anybody watches any other sport. This is all the sport I need.
This is awesome. Hey, thank you for the host, Jim Watts. Appreciate it, man. Anybody coming in? This is the finals.
And we've
Phallus.
had 2 double KOs.
Yes. Very rare.
Rifa going to apply a bit of shield pressure damage and then respond with the rush. With Phallus stuck in the corner like that, just opens up enough of an opportunity for Rifa to get that shield break.
Rifa with a really good lead here. Oh, but Phallus gets a hit. Now a grab. Has rush and has Rifa in the corner. Lands again. Now it's pretty much tied. Rifa going to...
Not able to land
Oh.
all of it. And is going to get one more hit with the Ice Dragon. That said, he's got a lot of work to do now, as Phallus does have rush. A rush that's well designed to hit Rifa.
Man, my heart is beating fast for these guys.
Catches
Great.
Phallus on the landing again.
Just fantastic timing.
And that grab wasn't actually deflected by the rush, but by the front flip that was used to approach Rifa.
The sick backflip, front flip from Phallus, kicking everything. Now he has a big lead. Oh, hits again. The Chakram too big. Rifa in danger here, and that'll do it. Phallus has tied it 2 matches apiece.
as the prophecy foretold,
Oh.
Phallus not losing a single set in Sparring Rain. Unfortunately, we're only in Sparring Rain, which means that we're going to be opening up everything but Sparring Rain.
Phallus and Rifa look like they are having a blast playing each other. The two, for those of you just joining us, this is an all-German final. The only two Germans to enter Mega League Monday out of 42 people. And they're here.
Just goes to show how good some of our players are, especially from the EU area. A lot of them don't get as much highlight as they honestly deserve.
I completely agree.
That area's a little too large and spread out for a lot of them. And we're going to be back at Buster Beach, which was a place that Rifa was able to do really good in.
Yeah,
Well,
this stage allows him to work with it long ways and keep good spacing.
And while there are corners that Phallus can get Rifa into, corners in this one seem to benefit Rifa more than Phallus. And now we've got Phallus in the Hot Pocket, both players ready with Rush though.
And not going to land any of it. Rifa too elusive.
Phallus didn't get that Dragon Arm ready though. Or try to at least, but Rifa has just so much pressure going on Phallus.
Yeah, that Ice Dragon will not leave him alone.
But it looks like Phallus finally got that Ice Dragon. Is about to get Rush ready again. But Rifa might be able to get one more hit in with that Charged Tri-Blast with a grab, and that will take Phallus down. Phallus is just literally 1 health away. Somehow evades all those Tri-Blasts.
That was insane.
By a dragon meme.
Okay, this could be it. If Rifa wins this, it is all over. An absolute must-win for Phallus, and he starts it off by missing Rush, but also dodges Rifa's. Okay, reset for the players.
Not so much. Rifa got to disarm Phallus from his Rush and is able to use it to put himself in a position where he has so much advantage. Even in this corner, Phallus just can't really back away.
Yeah,
Because
it
Rifa
seems
just
like
chased after him and just destroy him.
the stage is really helping Rifa here. Phallus would like to change the angle it's being played at, but he just couldn't get close enough until now. Oh, well timed. Rifa down to 25%. Phallus needs to be cautious. He gets grabbed, and now Rush will kill. Phallus in the Hot Pocket.
Rifa just looking for that one moment where Phallus makes the slightest of errors and claims to claim this. There it is.
Rifa catches him in the air. And that's
There
it.
we are.
Your Mega League Monday 19 champion, Rifa. Congratulations, my man. Some fantastic games.
With a hard-earned 3-2.
Whoo, baby. Phallus, very good games. Rifa, excellence all night. And it is what? Like 3 a.m. your guys' time? It is freaking late.
You two need to
Thank
go to
you,
bed.
Akio.
Deserve it.
Thank you, Akio. Appreciate you coming out and playing with us tonight. Always good to see the FIA boys out. Thank you, Bobert. Have a good night to you.
Thank you all, everyone who dropped by.
Oh, 4 a.m., not 3 a.m. Okay. Yeah, my B. 100 bits. Congrats, Rifa. Appreciate the bits. Molly, thank you very much. Thank you, Dart. So I was reading through the chat there.